out there and sound like an ass. And he's going to go out there and be honest. He's going to tell you what it's all about. He'll never be one of those people that screams and yells. His football knowledge is superior. His knowledge of Andy Reid and this organization is superior, but for whatever reason that doesn't play on TV. You got to yell and scream to become one of the big names, over at ESPN. But I mean, episode 2, when Andy starts crying, I mean, if you didn't start crying at that moment in time, man, I don't know what to tell you, because they got Andy as vulnerable as I've ever seen Andy Reid before.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, not trying to sound like tough, but I never cried. But it was one of those things where, like,
Mac and I were crying like it was nobody's business. Legit. I had to pause the video a couple of times because I was crying.
Yeah. Yeah, when they talked to Tammy about, the whole family being there for the first Super Bowl, and then they, you could tell that, like, in production they told him what her response was, and then it, like, hits him like a ton of bricks. And he's just like, he does, like, the finger with, like,
yeah, that right.
Yeah,
the
finger wave. Like, that's, and somebody said that was the first time they'd ever seen, like, Andy Reid's, like, upper lip, like, flicker.
It's true. I mean, when have you ever seen, like, you know what else made me cry? When they won the first Super Bowl and they got that close up of Andy's face and he's cheering. I
love that.
I get emotional now thinking about it, because at that point in time, Andy needed that Super Bowl more than anybody needed that Super Bowl, right? And that's why they say that first one's for Andy, the second one's for the Chiefs, and the third one was for the fans and whatnot. But that first one, I mean, nobody needed a championship more than Andy Reid. And when they won that thing, I mean, they're down 21-10 in this game or whatever it was, or 20-10, and they ended up winning 31-10. They scored 21 answered points in 7 minutes and 49 seconds to win that Super Bowl, and to see the relief. Because Andy Reid went from being a really good coach to a great coach in that game. That's what separated. That put him at the next level. And now he's arguably the greatest of all time, because he keeps stacking these wins and Super Bowl wins. And, seeing him win that first Super Bowl, it was more emotional for me yesterday or the day before whenever I was watching it than I think it was in the moment. You're kind of caught up in the moment at that point in time, and you don't realize the significance of it. But to see that joy on Andy's face, we saw all the emotions a human being could have from Andy Reid in episode 2. We saw the ultimate high, and then we saw him give that finger wave and go, man, I can't talk about that right now with everybody being there to see him win that first Super Bowl, because that's how important it is. He worked his whole life to get to that level, and every year he just kept falling short. And then the perfect marriage with him and Mahomes happens, and they win that Super Bowl, and it had to be so relieving for Andy Reid.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the weight of the world coming off your shoulder. And we can dive into more of what we've seen on that documentary, including the DeAndre Hopkins stuff about the Raiders. And then I think Terry Bradshaw had a hell of a quote. But I do want to give you guys something that happened yesterday, because as we wrap up this middle of this segment here. So yesterday I was gone, obviously. I was either at Bethpage Black, the Masters, Pebble Beach. Had a guy come to me on the hole that I was at. And he's like, I heard Bob this morning say that you were at, what'd he say? He said that you were at Bethpage Black. I was like, well, I wish. But no, we were at Dubs Reds Golf Course for a good cause. It was for the integrated behavioral technologies. So a lot of parents out there have kids that are suffering from autism, depending on the severity of it. Raised over $10,000 yesterday. Shout out to Nick Price and also to John as well. As we did our thing. But I was on the 4th hole at Dubs Dread. So for those of you that are golfers that get to play at that wonderful course, by the way, just a beast of a course, just a long course. My position was to take $20. You got an extra shot. And so if you had a group of 4, I was your 5th shot. And if it worked out, it worked out. If it didn't, most of the time it didn't. I apologize. Then you could use it or not. And then also, if you did pay $20, you had to give me your hot sports take. So I did not share these with you. I hope that's okay, because I wanted to give them to you raw.
Yeah.
Okay? So do you want me to give you these hot sports takes that I was given yesterday? Okay. Hot take number 1. The Broncos will win 6 or less games in the NFL this year.
Woo.
So, I mean, they're sizzling.
I mean, honestly, it's year 2. A lot of times you do take that step back in year 2. I don't know that you take a step back to that, though. So I think it's a warm take. But I understand the great first year. I mean, we're talking about Washington regression. We're talking about, like the Royals came back to earth after what they did last year. Everybody kind of takes a step back. So that's a good one to say, could potentially take a step back, but I don't think that far back.
I think when your first 2 games are Titans-Colts, though, that's 25% of the wins right there.
Yeah.
Or 33%.
The next one, now obviously this is a group of guys having fun, sipping, brews at like starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, if not earlier. The next one was Tiger Woods would have been one of the greatest athletes of all time if his wife would have just let him continue to cheat.
But he also had the injuries.
Yeah. Yeah, right back there.
Yeah, I'm good.
Agree or disagree?
I mean,
I would say if he didn't have the injuries.
yeah, I think,
Like if they had an open relationship, he would have won 20 majors.
I think personal matters got in the way of some of his focus. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Now, you could frame that way, or you could frame that if Tiger was loyal, you could frame it both ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
The next one, the Red Sox should be forced to change their stadium. Their dimensions of that ballpark are a joke.
Yeah, that's what I like about baseball. I love the I love the individual stadiums. No other sport really has that. It's cool. That's why we go on baseball trips and nothing else, because every football field, hockey rink, basketball, it's all the same, right?
Yeah.
Boy, this guy was a doozy on this take.
Okay.
The Vikings will be terrible this year, and he blames it on their cheerleading squad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, don't need to spend any time
We
on that.
know we're there.
Yep.
Here's one.
BBL stinky.
Trash take.
That's right. Mahomes won't lead the AFC West in passing yards or touchdowns.
No.
I don't think that's a hot take.
I mean, Herbert, Geno, and Bo Nix, 3 of those guys will either have more touchdowns or more passing yards.
Oh, wait, did you
Patrick
say
Mahomes.
in the division?
In the division.
Oh, in the
AFC
division.
That's what I'm saying, the AFC
In the West.
In the
Oh,
West.
No, forget about
That's
it.
a hot take?
That's
Yeah,
a hot
that's a
take.
very hot take.
Yeah, I thought you meant in the NFL. I was like, Josh Allen could probably put up more yards. Burrow's probably going to throw for more yards this year.
for
'cause
sure.
They're going to be having to put up 35 a game to even have a chance to win.
But in the AFC West, no
Oh,
way.
the West now.
No, the Broncos don't have the weapons.
They don't have the weapons.
Yeah, they don't have the weapons.
In Vegas, I mean,
And the Chargers don't have the weapons, to be
they
honest.
don't have
either.
an offensive line now.
And they don't have an O-line. Yep.
Yeah. Or a coach or quarterback.
And then I didn't know Drew Nixon stopped by to hit a ball.
Nice.
Yeah, hole 4, par 3 at
Probably
Dub's
aced
Red.
it.
Joe Burrow is the best passing quarterback in the league.
Dan Orlovsky and Drew were at this tournament, I guess.
How
Wow.
easy is it to be a good passing quarterback when you have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase?
That's one thing we don't ever talk
We
about
don't.
with Joe
I mean,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow has got more weapons than anybody else, and they were 9-8 outside of the playoffs last year.
I'll give you a couple more because I know we're coming up on a break.
No, I like it.
Mac Brown is the most overrated coach in college football history.
I disagree with that.
I loved Mac
Yeah, I'm a
Brown.
huge Mac Brown fan. Sorry.
Yeah.
Love Mac
The
Brown.
He's
reasoning
overrated.
behind this
Yeah,
take
give me-
was
yeah.
because of the facilities, the recruiting classes, and he's also lost he's never beaten Ron Prince.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. So you had a K-State fan out there who's
Yes.
hanging on to that. I mean, my God. That's 30 years ago. We're holding on to Ron Prince takes.
Also, recruiting's part of being a college coach.
Yeah, but it is.
That's
Recruiting
so-
is part of it,
sorry.
man.
Yeah.
I hate when people say, well, they got good facilities and they recruit well. Yeah, that's 90% of the job.
literally,
It's not
yeah.
about the X's and O's in college. It's now, writing checks and recruiting and doing all that. And it always has been about that.
These next 3 are pretty juicy. All right? Noah Gray will double Travis Kelce's production this year.
That's a hot take. Yeah, not happening. Yeah. Noah Gray will have half the amount of production as Travis Kelce.
Wow, that's equally hot.
I don't think that's equally. Think about it. If Travis let's just says 800 yards, Noah Gray's about 400 or 500. I mean, that's about half.
Yeah, I just think he takes a step up. I just think Noah Gray's more in that 600-yard range. But yeah, that's interesting.
Okay.
Wow.
Bryce Young will have a better career than C.J. Stroud.
That's a hot take.
I love that take.
That is hot.
You'd
Yeah.
had fun yesterday.
Yeah,
at this
I
hole.
would've loved
you
this.
You wouldn't even hit a golf ball. You just been sitting there waiting for the next golf cart.
I mean,
like
that
a dog
guy-
waiting for the mailman.
That guy probably just watched the Kingdom episode with the Carolina Panthers in it and is still like feeling himself from that. That's why he said that one.
That's a great one.
Here's one. Cam Ward will have a better rookie year than Jalen Daniels. Rookie year.
That's hot. I mean, Jane Daniels.
NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
That was-
Like, are we
Set
talking
the world
numbers?
on
You're
fire.
talking about how far you're leading the team? Like, what are we talking about? What
Yeah.
defines a better year?
Either way.
I think Cam Ward is going to be just fine, and nobody's going to know what Cam Ward does because ain't nobody talking about Cam Ward. Other than the fact that he has some good sound bites, nobody's talking about Cam. Like, he's coming in, and this may be the hot take. It's a perfect situation for a quarterback in the NFL to come into and play. Nobody knows you're there. Nobody cares. No pressure. You could just go out there and do your thing, and you'll be a footnote on Sunday Night Football in America. Yeah, the Titans played today.
Never heard of him.
And he had a really, really fun division to be dominant in. Jaguars, Colts, and Houston.
Woo!
And then the last one here, the Lions will not win more than 9 games.
I love it. That's a good
take.
That's a good take.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's a realistic take at this point in time until we really realize what the offense and defense is going to be like with 2 new leaders.
I love the Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud one. That one's great.
Calm down.
Great take.
Calm down. But no, shout out to IBT yesterday, and shout out to the people letting me be on that course. Shout out to everybody being brave enough to get those hot takes because, it's fun. It's there. But maybe there's 3 types, not of hot takes, but 3 types of Royals fans on the text line. We let Bob Fescoe lead the way here on the other side of 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
What the hell was that?
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Hey, what go up, man?
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Guys, fall is approaching, and that is the most important time of year for your yard. You've got to get it seeded, right? That fall seeding season is upon us. It's August, and I was talking to the guys over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control the other day, and I said, when are we going to start reseeding and doing all that kind of stuff? And they said, at the end of August, we'll get all of this going. And that's what you have to do at this time of the year. You have to start thinking about seeding your lawn so you have a great-looking lawn next year for the spring. And that's what this is all about. It's the most important time of the year for your lawn. And right now, if you talk about overseeding, you got to get in touch with my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control because they're going to give you 10% off of that fall seeding, and it fills in the bare spots. It kills the weeds. It helps your lawn be lush and strong and green for the springtime. Like I said, it's the most important thing you can do for your yard moving forward, and we're going to get ours done at the end of August, maybe at the beginning of September. The other thing that they have at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, that pest control side of things. We've got the mosquito dome on our yard, and it keeps the mosquitoes, the fleas, and the ticks out so we can sit outside and enjoy our evenings and enjoy the yard that we have because of Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Like I said, they're going to give you 10% off that fall seeding when you mention this ad, so visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Don't let clogged drains slow you down. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way, the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 5-star reviews ensures your peace of mind. Visit callhamilton.com for detailed terms and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu meat market, is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and at 95th and Knoll. Whether you're looking to wow your family at a tailgate or sear the best steaks ever on the deck, Booth Creek Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. You won't regret it. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations. Open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Your home is more than just another listing. It's your life's work. Dawn and the Sharp Homes team treat every property as their own, employing innovative marketing strategies and providing personal attention that transforms for sale signs into sold celebrations. The Sharp Homes team can also give you options. Do you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold? Then contact the only agent I would trust to sell my home. Dawn Sharp and the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. Google Sharp Homes Team. That's Sharp Homes Team today.
Peter, hothead, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Parts. DQ presents the sound of happy. Hear that? That's the DQ chicken strip basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time and no time, it can only be the DQ chicken strip basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
The KC Metro is in good shape right now, traffic-wise. On the Kansas side, northbound I-35 between US 69 and Johnson Drive continues with double left lane closures till mid-morning. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
Segment in the 6 o'clock hour of Friday. Happy anniversary to 96.5 The Fan on FM. It was a year ago today that we blossomed into this FM radio station, and we thank you all for this enjoyable ride. We hope to do this for a while. So maybe later on in the show, we can open up the phone lines to you and tell us what you like the most about 96.5 The Fan. We're about 4 years away from being washed. But hey, that's...
I'm 48, dude. I'm closer than you.
Fescoe's washed.
Yeah. I don't know, Carrington. He's still here every morning at 4 a.m.
Exactly.
Because I'm old. I get up early.
Yeah. So, like, Saturdays, you're up by 6?
This time tomorrow, I'll have probably 2 cups of coffee already in and, watching whatever on EPL
You'll
starts.
On like a walk or something, probably.
It depends.
Do that early.
Yeah, you got to do it early this weekend. Yeah, I probably
There's a heat advisory coming for us. It's going to be here till Monday.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 100 degrees out there, so stay inside this weekend. But
or be in water.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think, usually by this time on a Saturday, it's peaceful at this time on a Saturday.
I agree.
Nobody else is up, and you kind of do your thing and just relax a little bit and kind of ease into the day before the, because, now we're back into full go of everything, right? We got soccer game at 12:30 tomorrow and, all that kind of stuff. It's back, right? Like life is back. And so you've got to pick kind of those, those places of calm that you get. And I get up early in the morning and then, maybe go do a walk or, whatever the case may be. Just kind of, kill time until everybody starts getting up about noon. Because when you have 2 teenagers, they ain't coming out of that room, So
and that's like a perfect time for you to nap. Like, your problem. I've been up for 6 hours.
That's right. No, you do. I'm going to take a nap. I'm just getting up. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like the old guy on vacation when everybody comes down the stairs at like 9:30, 10 a.m. Good afternoon.
Yeah,
like, exactly. All right, Greg, thank you. Yeah. Third morning in a row you said this.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
Yeah, no, it's funny because there's always that guy. So 4 games out still of the wild card, a half game behind the Rangers. By the way, you play after these White Sox? The Rangers. And then you are 3.5 games behind those Cleveland Guardians, who you will still play. But 4 games behind the Yankees for that final wild card spot are the Kansas City Royals, who play 3 starting tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Again, I think we're still in the same narrative. Sweep.
Got it. Well, after you lost that one to the Nationals, you have no choice but to sweep the Chicago White Sox. And look, we're not to the point of the season. Well, that's a little bit too. No, you've got to start sweeping series, man, because you had a chance to get over 500, and now you're under 500.
And you think there's three types of Royals fans on the text line?
Well, I think there's three types of Royals fans in period, but I see it mostly on the text line is that you have the delusional fan who still thinks that everything's great after every win. We're back, baby. And then you have, and that's that's you.
It's like, that's Dusty.
And then you have the guy on the text line who every time they lose, see, I told you this wasn't a good team. They're going to go out there and lose because they want to be right, and they're zit doctors in Detroit. And then you have the third type of fan, which I think I fall into. I think, Mac, you fall into this category of it's baseball. Call me when the playoffs start. I'm not getting high and low on every single game because they don't really ultimately, in the big picture, need to affect my daily life. No. Baseball, every 10 games, you can kind of look at a sample size and you go, okay, they did this today, they did that today. That's fine. You kind of move on. You don't let it kind of consume you. You wait for it to get to where I'm told I need to start consuming this, on a daily basis and get excited about it. And I think that's where the majority of baseball fans truly are over the course of a long season like this. I think baseball is one of those sports. Obviously, we live in a football world, and I think I told Mac this the other day. Major League Baseball has done a major disservice. They missed your entire generation, basically, of fans. And so there's a lot of young people that weren't baseball fans growing up because, baseball went on strike. It didn't come back. And they don't understand the game of baseball. They don't know how to watch baseball. They think every baseball game is a football game. And the NFL has empowered us so much in sports that we look at every other sport like it's the NFL. And that every game matters and every game is important. And every game is a difference between making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. And one win here, one loss there determines your mood for that day and all that kind of stuff. And that's just not the case in baseball, right? In baseball, 10 games is one NFL game. In basketball, 5 games is like one NFL game, and stuff of that nature. But the NFLization of sports has forced us to get so high and so low over rando baseball games in the middle of the season that, I just don't have the chutzpah for that. I just don't have the ability to buy in to every single baseball game over the course of a regular season. Because at the end of the day, it's not each individual game. It's series, it's tens, it's, what you do over the course of a long season. And so now we're at the sprint to the finish line, and I'm sure more people are paying attention, but I think more and more people will pay attention if this team goes out there and takes care of business this weekend, and then you have your final stand against the Texas Rangers next week.
So high hopes is delusional?
I think there's a lot of delusion on the text line from baseball fans. One win does not mean you're back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can get exhausting that way.
Yeah.
Yes, it can. Living
But also one loss doesn't mean you're out.
No, doesn't.
100%.
100% doesn't mean you're out.
Both ways are true.
Yeah. They're both.
It is both.
And also, just because you don't sweep the Nationals doesn't mean it was a failed series.
I think it does. Yeah, they suck.
Because I would put that in delusional.
Well,
winning 3 games in a row in baseball and expecting that is pretty delusional.
Yeah, I think beating the Washington Nationals, though, when they're a downtrodden team and you have your $47 million pitcher on the mound who gives up a grand slam in the first inning, you've got to win that game against it. At this point of the season, you've got to beat the losing teams. Keep the losing teams losing, right? White Sox are coming in. They're a losing team, right? Take care of business against the White Sox.
Please.
I don't think there's any room to give a game back anymore at this point in time.
Because in that case, then you would expect them to win 7 games in a row.
Look, man, you put yourself in this position. You want to be a playoff team, you got to do things. The Brewers have won 10 or more twice this season.
Yeah. No, again, I'm not arguing that. Yeah. I'm just saying I think it's delusional to think a baseball team could win 7 games in a row and be like, if you don't do that, then that's failure.
But because you put yourself in this position. Like you had all season where you didn't have to get to this point of the season where I think circumstance now tells you this is what it's going to take, right? You got to go out there and you got to win these games. You got to win series. You've got to sweep series, right? No more, winning 1 here, 3 here, 2, whatever the case may be. You got to go out there and take care of business now because you put yourself in this position where now every game is essentially a postseason type of game for you. You've got to win these games. You've got to build. You got to fight back. And so that's where we are at this point in time. Yeah, both sides can be delusional, and I think both sides pretty much are delusional. But one win doesn't mean we're back, and one loss doesn't mean the season's over. And I think when you talk to the vocal minority maybe of baseball fans, and I think number 3 is kind of the unvocal majority of baseball fans where you're just kind of watching the game and it happens and you go to bed and it's no sleep, you're not losing sleep over it. But then you got the delusion on both sides where one win and we're back and one loss and we're done. Yeah,
exactly. So 6-1 in the next 7?
So you go 6.
Okay, you're fine with that.
You got 4 against the Rangers, right? You take 3 out of 4 against the Rangers. Okay, but you have to sweep the White Sox. They're lower than you in the standings at this point in time.
If you like fantasy football, I suggest you listen to 96.5 The Fan at 9 a.m. on Sunday. That's when my guy, Mac Morey, will have your airwaves and your ears full of fantasy football news, but also the football draft experience at Arrowhead Stadium. You can go there August 19th. It's from 6 to 10 p.m. with special guest Field Yates from ESPN. It's in the Hall of Honor. You can get tickets at GEHA Field at arrowhead.com. 2 different packages of tickets being sold. A Q&A happy hour ticket from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Access to game day fare, 2 beer tickets, and a Q&A happy hour with Field Yates.
Nice.
No doubt. And then there's a suite package, fantasy teams of 12 to 16, full night access, 2 game day fare, 3 beer tickets, a Q&A happy hour with Field Yates. Then they move to their assigned suites to complete their NFL draft.
That's cool. Do you get to buy more beer after your tickets run out? So that's awesome, man.
That sounds really fun.
Really cool. If you're into fantasy football, sign up for that.
That'd be cool.
I'm glad you got that website right because there's no I would have read
I was impressed at that.
Yeah. The ad that was great. Bravo, man. There's no chance I was reading that website.
Last time I had 2 beer tickets, Binkley pulled me to the side, grabbed me by my collar, and goes, "Look, you're not 21." I was like, "Binkley, I'm 32." He goes, "Yeah, you give me them." Coming up on the other side.
That was at his birthday party.
Yeah. Coming up on the other side, more Rashee Rice news and why we all think this is just a mess here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends, the Underdog app is now available to play in the state of Missouri. That's right. Right this second, you can take out your phone and play on the Underdog app, and you can go yard all baseball season long with Underdog's Champions Game. And tonight, we've got football going on as well. We'll get to that in just 1 second. But Underdog is a leading place to make all of your sports selections, and you can now play in Missouri. Their app has over 100,000 5-star reviews and millions of players. And it's simple to play. All you have to do is download the app, choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats, and you can choose from things like home runs, strikeouts, total bases, and so much more. And once that entry feels good, you can play with as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. And what I love most about the Underdog app is I can combine selections from football, baseball, basketball, multiple sports into one entry, and I can have fun watching all of the games on the Underdog app. So download the Underdog app now, sign up with promo code BOB, unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit with promo code BOB. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Start the school year with hot deals on lunchbox favorites and snacks. This Friday through Sunday, shop back-to-school must-haves like Hy-Vee cereal, Lunchables, family-size Little Debbie snacks, and Goldfish crackers. Stock up on Coke 12-pack cans just $4.99 and Jack's Pizza only $2.99. Too busy to shop? Order through Aisles Online. Schedule a pickup or delivery and leave the shopping to us. Save time, save money during the 3-day back-to-school sale this weekend only at Hy-Vee.
Well, if you're like me, the busy season is here. It's back to school time. It's back to sports time, and that means we are so busy every single day. And Hy-Vee's Aisles Online helps us out so much. It's so easy. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items, and Hy-Vee does all the shopping. All you have to do is pick up the order or have it delivered to your home. Hy-Vee is taking care of everything as we head into the fall season. Save time, save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. If you're shopping for an engagement ring, we want you to feel like a kid in a candy store. All of our diamonds are in stock, in-store and online, so you get to use your eyes, not your imagination. Come in and look at marquee-shaped diamonds right next to ovals and pears. As your friend and jeweler, you can trust you'll get your dream diamond at an everyday competitive price. We have the widest selection in-store and at shaneco.com, because a friend knows choosing a diamond is personal. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Back to school is on the brain. That means new notebooks, pencils, new everything. And while the kids are getting ready to get book smart, it's time for you to save smart with Straight Talk Wireless. Switch now and get a free Moto G 2025 with 5G when you activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of gold unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
We are the American Cancer Society, making strides against breast cancer. Are you ready to join the #1 breast cancer movement in the country? Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org.
This report brought to you by the American Cancer Society.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
The KC Metro is in good shape right now, traffic-wise. On the Kansas side, northbound I-35 between US 69 and Johnson Drive continues with double left lane closures till mid-morning. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
Tune in Saturday, August 23rd for K-State and Iowa State, live from Dublin, with pregame starting at 9, kickoff at 11, on your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Chiefs, baby. 9 o'clock tonight, right? 9 o'clock game tonight in Seattle.
9 o'clock.
Kind of been told no Mahomes, probably no Kelsey, definitely no Kareem Hunt, no Hollywood Brown. But again, I think I don't know if I want to call it like a luxury. But like we are at the point where like, yeah, we don't need to see that. What I want to watch is 71, whatever Kingsley's number is.
Yep.
And then I want to watch the rotation of the defensive line. May not see Chris Jones, but you might see Lear and you might see Gelati, see some FAU not getting, pushed around
That'd be great.
on the field. But I would assume no Jones, no Kelsey, no Karlaftis, no McDuffie. Maybe no James Cook, I don't know. But good to watch like your guy Jaden Hicks tonight.
Yeah,
Kind of see
exactly.
if he can, field it better.
Bringing Stool.
Yeah, is he healthy?
Is he going to be there? I don't know. I didn't ask about him.
We'll see how much.
It wasn't in my rundown of going through the list with some people the other day. Didn't ask about Bringing Stool.
You know what I am going to do? I might degenerate, right? Delusional.
Ooh, okay.
Line.
Nope. I'm going to go where the volume is. I'm going to look at what Gardner Minshew's numbers are tonight.
This.
But how much is he going to play, though?
Whole damn first half. You only got 3 quarterbacks.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Is Oladokin still on the roster? Is he going to get an opportunity?
You got to get Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, Bailey Zappi. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Hey, bet the over in interceptions, Dusty. That guy's a big bundle of suck.
Yeah, he is.
But no, I want to look at Gardner Minshew numbers because I feel like he'll play the whole first quarter. I really do believe that. And then Big Bob Tonyan. Gonna have at least
that's a good one too.
Good catches, probably 2.5. Here we are, week 2 preseason. Bob's like, kids grow up, save your money.
Save your money is exactly right. Yeah,
right.
You don't.
This is the equivalent of me getting DoorDash and putting it on the floor of the trash. Like, just don't do it. Just pass on it.
Yeah.
But to make the game somewhat fun, and then will there be Rashee Rice on the field? Because here's why maybe he should play. We got the news yesterday. September 30th is when he will be in front of the grand jury and probably figure out what his suspension will be.
Right.
But that won't be until September 30th, which leaves the first 4 games on the table. Do we all agree that us three, I guess, are on the side of this sucks, this is annoying, I'd rather just get it in, get it out of the way, and be done with it?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to do a suspension, just be at the beginning of the year and let's go. Like everybody else's is.
I look at it as like, let's say that like one of us says some obscure thing on the air, and Spec pulls us over to the side and goes, hey, you're probably going to get suspended for a week, but it may be now or it may be in a month.
Just do it now.
And you're like, well, I don't want to like wake up one morning and be like, hey, by the way, you're done for a week. Like,
yeah, what? And I also don't want to wake up in the morning if you're going to suspend me.
Yes, exactly. More importantly,
so let me know.
Show up, do a whole show. But no, I mean, it is. Like, I get it. He's going to be there for Brazil. He's going to be there for the home opener. He's going to be there for the Giants, and he's going to be there for the Ravens game.
And the Jags game in week 5.
And week 5.
Yeah, and as Florio pointed out this morning, you're taking care of all of your TV partners by having Rashee Rice on the field early. You've got him with the YouTube, you got him with Fox, you got him with CBS, you got him with NBC, and you got him with ABC, ESPN. 5 different networks, 5 games to start the season, and Rashee Rice will be available for all of them. So the Chiefs will, quote-unquote, have their full complement of players for all of the, especially the newest broadcast partner in YouTube, right?
Right.
And they want to make sure that they've got the best product out there available for these television partners to give them the best opportunity to get the best number and rating and all this kind of stuff that, you know, that they want to get. And so that is the conspiracy theory that Mike Florio floated out there on Pro Football Talk. I kind of enjoy that conspiracy theory. I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty good one. But it's not just Mike Florio that's floating conspiracy theories out there. Legitimately, the people that I talk to that are close to this thing have no idea why we're waiting to September 30th. And I think that is a little bit of a, I don't want to say a red flag, but it's something that's pissing people off. Like it would. Like, just rip the Band-Aid off. Let us know what's going on. But Rashee Rice is actually going to have his case heard in front of a former judge that now works for the NFL that handles discipline. It's only the second case that she's going to hear. Binkley had told me the only other case she heard was Deshaun Watson. And she originally suspended Deshaun Watson for 6 games, and the NFL came in and said, no, we're suspending him for 11. Like, so that's the other thing with this. The NFL can appeal this decision that she makes, as well as the player appealing this decision that she makes. I don't see the NFL really appealing this decision, you know, that she's going to make. If it's a big suspension, I would imagine the team and the player appeal the suspension, obviously. But I'd like to think that maybe she's leaning. I mean, she only gave Deshaun Watson originally 6 games for that.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So if that was only 6 games from her for Deshaun Watson, what are we talking about potentially for Rashee Rice? Now, it's apples, oranges. One doesn't matter with the other. But it sure seems like, based on the one case that she's heard, she was very lenient as opposed to what the NFL did, where they came back and said, oh, no, this is an 11-game suspension. So I don't know what to expect. I don't think the team, quite frankly, knows what to expect right now with Rashee Rice and how long it's going to be and when we're ultimately going to know. But we know right now that he will be playing in the first 5 games of the year on 5 different networks.
Because I think the narrative that he's going to be there for the most important stretch of the season is false. Because if he does get suspended after, like, let's say that they don't appeal it, they're like 4 games, the Chiefs say, okay, that's deserving, and the next 4 games, he misses these 4. Lions, Raiders, Commanders, Bills. That's the next 4 after that. Let's say that they do suspend him and it's 6 games and the Chiefs say, no, we don't like that. So they can't come to a settlement. They wait a week, so he gets to play the Lions game. Okay. So then they suspend him for 4 weeks after that, after they deliberate and do all that sort of stuff. Then he misses Raiders, Commanders, Bills, bye week, Broncos.
Yeah, I don't want.
So the narrative that, like, oh, well, at least he's there for the hardest stretch. No. No, it's the fact that he's not getting suspended. Now, again, I've seen on the text line people say, from what I've heard on NFL Live, they could not come to an agreement on the suspension, so he decided to go this route. Okay. I don't know the truth of that. I trust the listener that watches and listens and texts in to NFL Live.
Who could not come to an agreement on the suspension?
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
what does that mean? They
like NFL committee and Chiefs, like, no, we don't think that. Okay, well, this is where we're at. This is where you're at.
But the teams have never been involved in having conversations on the suspension. So maybe it's
the messenger.
No, yeah. I know. I'm just trying to talk through it. Like, they say that. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I've never, ever heard that. Like, they couldn't come to an agreement on a suspension. I've never heard teams, players in the league getting together and deciding a suspension. Usually it's just levied by the commissioner and we move on. And maybe the commissioner looked at it and goes, I don't know what to do with this. You go hear this case. Because here's the other thing, and I just thought of this. I'm going to throw this out there. What if Roger Goodell is the guy that rules and gives Rashee Rice a 2-game suspension. What does the rest of the NFL do? Helping the Chiefs again.
Oh, it's gonna be
right?
a riot.
It would be a riot.
Oh,
so maybe Roger Goodell looked at this and goes, I'm out.
Yeah. And to be fair, I don't think
we've got this former judge. You do it.
I don't think from that perspective, from the outsiders, unless it's a full year suspension, no one will be satisfied. If you're not a Chiefs, if you're a Chiefs, like if it's not a full year, they will not be satisfied.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, 6 games, cool. Could have killed many people, injured a lot of people, ruined people's lives. Not disagreeing with that. But those people want the ultimate, whereas like, your diehard Chiefs fans, they want the minimum. And I'm just someone that wants it right.
But also, is it the job's responsibility to punish more than the law? Like, this guy's already given over $1 million in restitution and all this kind of stuff. He's like off the field and he's trying to make amends, right? And I think that is ultimately going to help him in front of this judge. Hopefully they look at all the stuff that Rashee Rice has already done. But is it really up to somebody's job? Like, if the law says, hey, man, this is what we're going to do, it's the law, can your job come and go, oh, we don't agree with the law, we're going to punish you harder,
No, they are not the arbiters of what's morally right or what's legally correct or not. They need to stay completely away from that. That's why this whole situation, that's why the whole suspension process in the NFL is weird and has no rhyme or reason and doesn't make any sense, and no one knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah, because like I said, I texted somebody, September 30th, WTF, and the response back was, I guess they want you guys to talk about it more.
Well,
as we will.
They got the wish.
And we kind of joked about that yesterday. I guess they just want us talking about this more. But the point that I'm trying to make is even people that should be in the know are like, hell if we know.
Coming up on the other side, preseason honesty, and Mac takes over with one word here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and I'm here to once again remind you of my friends over at Heartland Men's Health. Look, summer's in full swing. Sun's out, nights are warm, and everything feels a little bit more alive. You should feel good this time of year, confident, connected, ready to enjoy it all, not worried about erectile dysfunction. But if you are struggling with ED, Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So schedule a consult with the Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and it includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and the new office in North Kansas City. Call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Thank you, KC, for voting Century Roofing the best roofing company in the Metro in the Stars 2025 KC Favorites competition. After 35 years, we're giving back to you by extending our free material upgrade sale through the end of the year. Get a free upgrade to impact-resistant shingles with any roof replacement for better protection and possible insurance savings. Trust the best, Century Roofing. Visit CenturyRoofingKC.com for your free estimate today.
Hey, Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
Century Roofing, we've got you covered, KC.
So we do a giveaway at GiveMeTheVin.com. Every month we're giving away $25,000 to one lucky person that sells us their car. Karen, you there?
I'm here.
Karen Gardner of Oceanside, California is the latest winner in GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway.
What did you sell us?
I sold you a 95 Impala.
And what did we pay you for it?
You guys gave me 18.
18 plus 25,000 because you're the winner, Karen.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
You could be next to get a little more, maybe a lot more.
You guys are awesome. Keep it up.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell us your car.
You want to see the ring? Here, I have a picture.
Wow, look at you.
I know, right? Went to Hellsberg and customized the whole thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, I showed them all her inspiration photos, picked the setting, the diamond. It's actually pretty fun. Now for the real hard part, asking her.
Well, congrats, buddy. The ring looks awesome.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me. but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Here is your Game of the Week, presented by Hyundai. It's week 2 of the preseason, which means we'll likely see more starters getting game action as we inch closer to the season opener. All eyes will be on the 2 New York teams as they face off in East Rutherford. Both franchises boast new quarterback play and a revamped offensive attack. While it's a make or break year for the Stars under center, defensive line play could carry the day and potentially the season. No one likes having to choose. That's why with America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid with America's best warranty, or the stylish yet capable Santa Fe Hybrid with the power to navigate the toughest terrain. It's like having your cake and eating it too, but you know, better. Hybrids from Hyundai. It's the best of both worlds. America's best warranty claim based on total package of warranty programs. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. As an accredited state university, UMGC has been transforming lives for over 75 years. With more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, personalized support, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get started on your next success. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
The KC Metro is in good shape right now, traffic-wise. On the Kansas side, northbound I-35 between US 69 and Johnson Drive continues with double left lane closures till mid-morning. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
Yeah. They say the dynasty's dead, that the crown's been cracked. Talking heads run their mouths, but they don't know jack. Stephen A. Coward all that noise on repeat. But we don't flinch, we reload, now retreat. One bad game, now they think we're done. We went 15-2, still second to none. Mahomes got weapons, yeah, the arsenal stacked. Rice-worthy Hollywood, yeah, the 5 pounds back. Creed and Trey, holding down the line. Rookie left tackle, future so divine. And he's still the maestro, calling every play. 87's last ride, he's going out his way. So keep talking, keep doubting our name. We just light up the scoreboard, rewrite the game.
Give about 40%. Give about a 40% chance.
That's right. 40% chance. Thanks. We'll
Sweet.
take that. That's actually double the percent chance the top team in the NFL is getting to win a Super Bowl, Stephen A. So, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. We appreciate that. Shout out to my buddy Joe, who's workshopping this song right now. He brought back the steak, egg, and cheese bagel. He's bringing the newest Chiefs anthem, right? I like it. It's fun. Max dancing back there. Yeah. It is good, man. This is what we do.
40%.
Get older, we start using the Suno app and create songs. And you ask what I'm going to do tomorrow morning? Probably have about 8 songs written about people I know. Yeah.
By 7 a.m.
Yep.
Literally.
Am I a loser? Yeah, maybe.
We need a new Binkley song, too.
I don't know. That one's pretty solid, man.
So good.
You'll have to wait for a Wednesday to hear that one.
But every Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid, man. Somebody goes, this is way better than the Colts song. Well, low bar. But yes, much better. Much
good.
better.
Let us know what you thought of that song. I like the songs that people make. It's fun, right?
Yeah, they are fun.
Because that's when you know you have a winning team. Whenever you're trying to put together anthems and having fun, and we weren't doing this in 2012. We were playing That's Pioli, and stuff like that back then.
The song for the Chiefs would have sounded a little bit different back then.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a lot different back then. It's for the Royals too. I mean, teams win. People want to make songs. People get excited. People get hyped about it. And hey, we got preseason game number 2. I know there's not a ton to get hyped about, but I texted my wife earlier. I said, let's watch the rest of the Kingdom tonight, because I think she was 3 episodes in tomorrow, and I think we'll probably end up finishing that. And then 9 o'clock rolls around. I don't know how long I'm going to be around, quite honestly, watching that game. Probably until 71 leaves.
Yeah,
that's my bar
fair.
Now, right?
Yeah.
Preseason games, when 71 goes out, I'm going out.
So he played 11 snaps, I think it was 11 or 12 in game 1. 12 snaps him in Kingsley. Basically the whole starting line. Is it over under 12 tonight?
Over
12?
Yeah, because one of those drives was cut short because they scored on 3 plays?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You had that one.
But I don't think it's a massive jump. I think it's 2 series that might be 6 plays one drive and 7 the next, and then it's okay.
Yeah, what if you do 2 3-and-out series?
Yeah,
could happen that way. That's why this gambling thing is interesting. Were they going to go 3-and-out?
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. Simply 2. Good.
I hope it's more than 12.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 guys that really matter right now as far as watching tonight, in my opinion. Some of the rookies really excited.
Yeah, like Norman Lear and Gelati and guys like that.
Noah Williams. Yeah, of course. Brashard Smith didn't get a lot of action.
I'd like to see him. I'd like to see more Jalen Royals, and what potentially he could do. But again, a lot of that with the wide receivers and what they can do has a lot to do with what the quarterback can do as well.
100%.
Right? And if the offensive line is meh and the quarterback is Oladokin, or what's that guy's name that Binkley loves? Dusty?
Bailey Zappi.
Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, if it's him, we are screwed, and you're not going to get a good read on the wide receivers. But you can always get a good read on offensive linemen. I don't know if they're playing against 2s, 3s, 17s. It doesn't matter. You can see whether or not a guy can block. You can see that with the naked eye. You watch the skill position players, and you're like, is that the quarterback's fault? Did he run the? We don't know. But you can tell an offensive lineman when he wins or fails,
So not a whole lot of player props because of what it is. Because we asked the question, your preseason honesty, Mac, and you'd kind of put some questions up there for us to answer. And you said, how much of this game will you watch, and what is there to watch? I want to see if Gardner Minshew can put a drive together, because we always have the fear that there's going to be a play where your quarterback's going to get dinged up, and he's going to be fighting with Andy on the sideline to get back in there, and Andy's going to be like, hang on, huh? And, put Gardner Minshew in there and see if he can sustain a drive until they can get Patrick's ankle wrapped up, or, get him checked out in the blue tent, make sure he's okay to go. You can bet Gardner Minshew to throw a touchdown pass on his first offensive drive is plus 400.
Okay.
Mac, you want to throw $5 down on this one? It says Jalen Royals to score a touchdown on his first offensive drive plus 1,200.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a good one.
If Hollywood ain't playing, and Rashee Rice doesn't play, and Travis Kelce doesn't play, somebody got to catch the ball.
Yep.
We like our guy Jalen Royals. We all 3 like him. Bob's still pissed he didn't wear 85.
I just don't understand that one. I mean, you want to talk about easy money, dude. Seriously. Who's wearing 85 right now? Isn't it Bringing Stool?
It might be. Or Tanyan. It's Tanyan.
Yeah, okay, so that number will be available here soon. And then he can take Royals 85, when they do kind of the jersey swap right before the start of camp, or before the start of the season.
I mean, it's just going to be like him, Sky Moore, Tyquan Thornton, Remigio.
Could be a good night for Sky Moore, man. Here's what I'm saying. I'm rooting for Sky Moore to go out there and dominate,
because you want to be able to trade.
That's exactly right. No, but that's fair. That's the logical way to look at it, because I think right now, if Brett Veach were to call, he could probably pull it off on Jerry Jones, because that guy's clueless. Had the cure for cancer for all these years, apparently, right? I mean, that's what he said in that documentary. And so you could call Jerry Jones and pull the wool over his eyes, because he doesn't know what's going on when it comes to football stuff, and maybe get a pick or 2 for Sky Moore. But I wouldn't imagine the rest of the NFL is calling about Sky Moore. They know he's probably going to be released. So if he goes out there and dominates, you know how we are. We see one game, we all lose our minds. That'll get the buzz going with Sky Moore, and maybe it'll make another team saying, yeah, we know he's probably going to get released, but we'll give you a 7th-round pick because we want him, and we want to make sure that we get him. We feel like he can help our organization. So that's why you want Sky Moore to go out there and have a really nice night. So it ups his stake and stock, and you can say, yeah, maybe we can trade Sky Moore and get something for him as opposed to just releasing him and then trying to hide him on the practice squad and all this kind of stuff.
Gardner Minshew last preseason game did have a rushing touchdown, right?
Believe so.
For him to have a rushing touchdown on his first offensive drive, plus 3,500.
Damn. Those are huge odds. Not
I don't
gonna touch
know.
that. I'm not going to touch that.
Okay, all right.
I'll touch the Royals one though. I like Jalen Royals for a touchdown.
For a touchdown?
That'd be great.
Opening drive.
Opening drive,
touchdown. Yeah,
Yeah.
which makes sense, I guess. He's not going to play much longer than the first quarter, I'd
Jalen
imagine.
Royals scored a touchdown on his first offensive drive.
Yeah.
First play of the game, play action goes deep. Boom. Gardner hits him for a 70-yard touchdown.
Yes, please.
Tell you
I
what,
know
man.
that I'm hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this from the text line from the 660. Micah Parsons for Sky Moore. I'm in. I'm with you. You could probably get Jerry Jones to do that because he thinks his name is Michael Parson. So if Brett calls down there and says, hey, old man, I'll give you Sky Moore. Sky's the limit. He can do more. And you give me Michael Parson, let's do that. Okay. And the deal's done. We get Micah Parsons for Sky Moore. I love it. You could absolutely bamboozle Jerry Jones at this point.
I like
in
the
time.
positive thinking. I think if Sky Moore went out and had 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, I don't think anyone would even touch him. But I will say that thinking for FAU, 100%.
Yeah, maybe that, but I don't think they're ready to move on from FAU. Remember, he had that redshirt year. Last year was really his first year. I mean, you guys are ready to move on from draft picks really fast. And
Wait, why? I guess I'm missing that. What was the redshirt year? What is
his rookie year? He didn't really play his rookie year, so we don't have much of a.
But that's because he wasn't.
Well, he went
good.
Yeah, but yes and no. I mean, he was. They didn't need him that year, you know.
No, they needed another pass rusher. They needed depth.
They didn't. They were not going to play him at all that first year. I feel like I remember. Like he was always going to be like a redshirt type of guy. And so they didn't really have that first year, and then you had last year, obviously. But we don't get away from draft picks in this league, okay? Those are the cheap guys. Those are the guys that don't make any money. Those are the guys you put your time and effort into. Stop cutting first-round draft picks on year 2 and year 3. They're just not going to do it that way. And it makes them look bad, too, from a draft standpoint. You're cutting your first-round draft pick after year 2. It makes you look bad. So they'll keep these guys around because that's how you keep the salary cap also where it is. A lot of the young guys that you believe in. And so if you believe that this organization can coach guys up, we haven't seen enough of FAU to say it's done here in Kansas City. We want to immediately in baseball. We want to give everybody 17 years to get good, and in the NFL, we want to give them 1 preseason and then cut their ass.
2 full years.
Yeah, I think
you're kind of scratching off the first year as a pass. You're just giving them a pass. I'm not doing that. So I'm saying 2 years. You've made 1 play, maybe. You know, like
he's also a first-round draft pick that doesn't make any money. So you know that's a guy that you do keep on your roster.
That's fair. No risk.
Yeah,
no risk, possible reward.
Yeah, like, are you asking me now if we're picking up a 5th year? No, we're not doing something like
Fair
that.
enough.
But at
Fair
this
enough.
point in time, I'm not cutting a first-round draft pick that I have really hardly any cash invested in.
That's true.
I also go back to the Kingdom documentary where they said if you don't figure it out, Andy Reid won't have any room for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's worded differently, but it's like Andy Reid demands perfection. Like that's why, like when they were showing him coaching in those training camps, he's like, you can't do what Andy Reid asks. Like he'll find somebody else that will.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you look at when you look at FAU, and I think you also look at that when you look at guys like Kingsley or players like that. That if you're given opportunity, like Sky Moore, we have, in my opinion, I understand that he's not making a ton of money, but you have guys on this team in his position that are showing that they can figure it out in quicker amount of time. And sorry that room is a tight room of talent. Yeah, you've had 3 years to figure it out.
It wouldn't have to be a tight room, though, if he played better.
Yeah,
exactly. Sky Moore, though, is in year, 4 now?
This will be year 4.
Yeah, so that's a different story than a guy who
didn't have a catch last year.
Because how long did Breland Speaks last? 3 years?
I don't know.
Sounds right.
No,
not even that.
No, maybe 2 years.
And he was what
he
round
was
is
a second round.
Second
like
round.
First or second
he was
pick
definitely
of the
a
second round.
Yeah, he was a second round pick. And they swung and missed on him, obviously. But I don't think they've swung and missed on FAU yet. I'm not ready to say that. I haven't seen enough, out of that
1
guy
year.
to say.
Which could be a problem.
1 year.
Breland Speaks only played 1 year?
1 year.
Yeah, he stunk, though. Like, he was bad.
And that's the thing is, like, normally if you stick to the narrative, because if you compare baseball to football, which you've done earlier in the show, where like 10 games in baseball is like 1 week in the NFL.
Right.
Well, 1 year in the NFL is essentially like 4 years in baseball. Like, it's just like, to me, like the way that, like, if you're a first round pick, the narrative around a first round pick is can you impact and can you be immediately valuable to this team? so far no impact and so far no value to this team from FAU.
Yeah.
So big year for him.
And also, too, though, I still don't understand why we made that pick. I do understand why we made that pick because it was here in Kansas City and you wanted to make that pick. And so they picked that guy, but should they have picked that guy too, right? And so now that you're in that quandary as well, in that quagmire, you're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
We really didn't want to draft somebody, but we did. We could have traded. We could have made it, but we were here in Kansas City. So I would imagine they're going to give him every opportunity to go out there and have success. And again, I'm not ready to write him off yet. I just don't. I don't think we've seen enough out of FAU yet to say this guy is done in just what's beginning year 3. But that's just my opinion on that.
Did you consider Brett for Miller?
Did Will Chamberlain or Danny Manning, have they reached out to Wiggins?
You think I'm a goddamn fool? And also just wanted to double check that Dan Kilgore is going to practice today. I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
So somebody says, don't mean to be thanks, Coach, but we have to play the sound anyway. It's pronounced Tunyon, not Tanyan.
It's pronounced not going to be here much longer.
I think he'll be here.
So there's our thanks, Coach. Mac, why don't you hit it?
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor.
You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
This guy gets the rest of the month off from the 913 on the Jay Southland Tow Service text line. If I was a GM, I'd only draft Hall of Famers. Not sure why all these teams don't use this strategy.
Come on.
Exactly. We make it sound so easy to draft. And Brett has made it look easy. He's made it look easy.
Yeah,
That's why when he has one, you're not sure. And you're like, oh, my God. But as Kling always used to say, guys can get better.
Absolutely.
It's possible.
I just think it's fair to say that it's been a complete zero so far and a complete miss.
I don't disagree with that, but I'm not ready. Both can be true.
Yeah, both are. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we got K-State fans on the text line mad at me, but that's okay.
No. Look, has he done anything? No. That's proof.
And
But am I ready to quit this guy? Hell no.
And that's completely fair.
Yeah.
Completely fair.
And I do think that Big Bob's Beepers Tunyon is going to be on this team.
I think so, too. I think they keep 4 tight ends.
Kelsey, Gray, Wiley, and Tunyon.
And I think
a bringing stool.
I know.
And I think Tunyon's ahead of Wiley.
I think so, too.
Wiley's also still battling back from that injury. I mean, and then that's the knee injury, so you know that's at least another year mentally before he gets back to where he needs to be.
Plus, nobody realizes how good Funions are until they have them again.
Yeah.
So
they are good.
Why haven't they come out with other flavors of Funions?
Why do they?
Why haven't they?
They do.
They do?
Yeah, they have like fire hot Funyuns.
They do. I say, why not like a flaming hot Funyun?
They do have those.
They have like a
sour cream and onion one too.
Dude? Yeah, sour cream and onion is great.
But that's the normal flavor of Funyun, sour cream and onion.
There was like a steak Funyun that I had. No, it was really good.
Really?
I gotta ask my friend because he just had it and I had some from his bag.
Steak
Funyun. It was like some sort of steak Funyun.
It reminds me of this beer that I had in Boston at the Sam Adams Brewery, and it was a brewery beer only, and they said it tastes like a porterhouse.
Okay.
And you drank this beer, and it did. It tasted like a porterhouse, right?
Yep.
And you only needed one sip of that beer. Okay. So I'm comparing, like I've got this flavor sensation still in my head from 20 years ago about what that beer tasted like. And if the Funyuns tasted anything like that beer, the steak-flavored Funyuns, I'm out.
There are 6 other flavors of Funyuns.
Oh.
There are Flamin' Hot Funyuns, Spicy Queso Funyuns,
those are good.
Steakhouse Onion Funyuns.
That's what I was talking about.
Wasabi Funyuns, Chili and Lemon Funyuns, and then Sour Cream and Onion Funyun. That's a good word to say.
The sour cream and onion Funyun.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Funyun?
Flaming Hot or the original.
Or the Ridge, yeah, honestly.
There was another one in there that you said, the steakhouse one.
That's what wasabi?
Yeah, the wasabi
I've
one.
not had that.
I think that one would be good if it's as good as the wasabi almonds are.
Those are so good.
Oh, they're great.
I like to suck on those.
Yeah.
Okay, one word. Let's carry on. Chiefs preseason game 2, one word.
Required.
Okay. All right, we spent
matinee? No, that's not a matinee. It's the opposite of a matinee.
Yeah.
That's a red eye.
It's a red eye for sure. Okay.
Inebriated.
We'll keep rolling through here. Royals this weekend. One
Big.
word.
Must. Have.
That was great.
I don't know. Crucial?
Yeah.
I mean, continue to fight the way they did in that series. I mean, being in that game on Wednesday and seeing the 5-0 spot in the first, and then all of a sudden it was 5-3. I'm like, weirdly to say this as the delusional Royals fan, they're not out of this game. And boy, they were not. And then it got to Estevez in the 9th, and then it was over.
Yeah, we need more out of Lugo, though, going forward, man. He can't continue to be this guy that's pitched since his contract, giving up 7 runs a game. Like,
I saw somebody put a picture up and said, since Lugo got his extension, and it was a picture of Brad Keller.
Well, that's not fair.
Come on.
I mean, Lugo's got to be better, though. I mean, everybody wants to blame Estevez. Estevez, we're down 5-0 before we even grabbed a bat.
We can go get that general guy again, and he can come in the 9th.
Yeah, what happened to that guy? What was his name? General Motors?
MacArthur.
Oh, MacArthur. Is he still
George
around?
the General MacArthur.
What about the other guy went on the DL again, too? That Schreiber guy, didn't he? Or somebody? Hunter Harvey? Or
we'll never see him.
Hunter Harvey's gone. Big 12 voted 15-1 to issue 15-yard penalties to teams after a third instance of throwing items on the field. Texas Tech, their AD, Kirby Hocutt, said, well, the rules can change, but our tradition will not. He's speaking to throwing tortillas on the field. One word to the AD staying true to the school's tradition.
Stud. For now, until they get a 15-yard penalty, and it costs them the game, and then they lose, and then there's no more tortillas on the field.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I think they're worried about not being tortillas and being tordildos because we're seeing what's happening in the WNBA. They're trying to nip this in the bud as quick as possible. But yeah, I mean, a tortilla is harmless.
Yeah, but it's definitely targeted at Texas Tech because they throw the tortillas on the field after every touchdown, which is awesome. I mean, that's cool. My sister went to the University of Pennsylvania. They would throw toast on the field, whatever, for that kind of stuff. Those traditions are cool.
Very fun.
Stop messing with traditions, right?
I didn't think about that, though, Dusty. That may be...
I didn't think about that part, too, but I know this has been kind of quietly talked about for years with this Texas Tech tortilla thing.
But also college students on a Saturday night. Now with this happening, I didn't think about that. Let's be careful, guys.
It's also not...
Did you imagine they threw one and suctioned on a helmet?
Yeah, that would be outstanding. But they're not throwing oranges or apples or things that can hurt people. We're tossing tortillas on the field.
You think Buffalo fans will get mad when they throw snowballs at Patrick Mahomes when he comes in as the 7th seed, limping in as a wild card because the dynasty's over and all these other quarterbacks are better and Mahomes gets thrown snowballs at him again?
Yeah.
It's a perfect 15 yards.
So you got 3 opportunities to throw tortillas and then they start penalizing you.
Perfect segue into another dumb take about Mahomes. Here's Rob Parker.
Oh, he stinks.
Patrick Mahomes
I heard enough.
is not
Rob Parker stinks. Seriously.
NOT a tier 1 quarterback.
Just stop. Please. It's Friday, dude. Seriously. We're not playing idiots anymore.
I just went from midnight to 6.
I mean,
Heartland, I need to come by after work today after that rip. I got low T, I got ED, I got low ear hearing. You fix that
we'll
over
listen
there?
to it later. It'll be my Richard of the Week.
I mean, when you started playing that, I'm not going to lie, I got sick to my stomach. Like, I can feel the anxiety building inside. Like, I just want to go knock some sense into the world.
Can you play how he says Patrick Mahomes
Patrick
again?
Mahomes!
See, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes.
Like, why? Like, why do you... Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes.
Boy, that Rob Parker does stink.
Yep. Now he's making a living off of that take.
Right, which is...
For the next while, as long as he can make it.
But again, it goes back to what Dusty was saying about Louis Riddick and how much he enjoys Louis Riddick, and I do too. And Louis Riddick's biggest problem is he doesn't say stupid things to get noticed.
And he's still done okay for himself.
He has, but imagine if he was a hot take warrior, man. He'd be on every episode of Get Up and Greenie and whatever, all that kind of stuff is.
He'd have his own show.
He probably would, but he's not a hot take guy. He's an astute football mind that tells it like it is, but nobody wants to hear that. They'd rather hear this guy go, Patrick Mahomes is not a tier 1 quarterback. Oh, okay. Like, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Thank you for that. Wow, that was a earworm or whatever they say. What a waste of airspace.
Did you say we should wake up and take greenies?
Something like that, yeah.
Like,
I mean, after that take, I'll take anything.
Yeah. We do it every week. On Friday, we do the out of left field question. This is easy because I think Mahomes fits this category for a lot of people.
Patrick Mahomes!
No doubt. Who is your guilty pleasure athlete? We've all got one.
I know exactly who mine is.
Right. Who is your guilty pleasure athlete? 913-586-7965. You know the number all too well. That is the Jay's Southland Tow Service text line. Get in to know Jay's Southland Tow. What is your all-time guilty pleasure athlete? We'll answer that question on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home, Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5, The Fan.
Well, it is that time of year where people are starting to plan that holiday travel, and if you're flying out of KCI, you've got to use my friends over at Park and Go. It's who we park with every single time we fly because they're awesome. Number one, it's all covered parking at Park and Go, so you know your car is always protected, whether it's the summer sun or the winter snow and storms and all that kind of stuff. You want to know your car is secure, and it is at Park and Go with all covered parking, and it's easy to make a reservation. As soon as you book that flight, book your parking reservation at bookparkandgo.com or with their easy-to-use app. And then you just show up on the day of your flight and scan that reservation, and they'll direct you right to that covered parking spot they have reserved for you. And as soon as you get to that spot, the van will meet you and take you right to the airport terminal. You're there in no time at all. And when you get back, it's so easy. Just grab your bags, walk outside, jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. You're never waiting for those buses. You're never getting filled with anxiety. You're always there to your car and to the terminal on time. And when you prepay, you save money as well. So make sure you do that when you make your reservation. And then join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Flooded bathroom? AC on the fritz? When things go wrong, you need reliable service fast. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter and take $50 off any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical repair over $200. The pros at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to fix the problem. Over 40 years experience, more than 8,000 five-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee means you can trust Hamilton to bring comfort and calm back to your home. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. As an accredited state university, UMGC has been transforming lives for over 75 years. With more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, personalized support, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get started on your next success. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Macy's One Day Sale is the one sale you can't miss because it's our best prices of the month, like jeweled women's sandals for $19.99 and under, 60% off premium bedding from Charter Club, and over half off Alfani 3-piece suits, half off. Plus, it's Star Money Bonus Days, when Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster. Not a member yet? Join for free and earn $10 in Star Money for every $100 you spend. Today at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply. Subject to credit approval.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Most interstates through the KC Metro, including I-435 and crosstown routes, are flowing fairly well right now. I-70 has a lot of roadwork zones, so be mindful of that as you travel through that area. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
Diving right back into a final segment of the 7 o'clock hour on a Friday here on 96.5 The Fan. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens with you. On the other side of the break, I had asked what we always do every Friday, which is the out of left field question. I asked a very simple question because I think we all have these. I think a lot of them are Patrick Mahomes from the national media. I think they just disguise it with bold takes that are a little bit too hot for my taking.
And they're just bad and dumb.
And I like spice. And so I asked, who is your biggest guilty pleasure of an athlete?
My neighbor immediately texted me, Daniel Sorensen.
Really?
It's a good one.
Everybody kind of did not like Dan Sorensen, and he was, some people go back to that Texans playoff game, or they go back to the interceptions where he was doing the Dan Sorensen dance.
I mean, the Texans and Brown playoff games probably don't get one without Dan.
So we asked the text line 913-586-7965. Who is your biggest guilty pleasured athlete when it comes to the world of sports?
Yeah, mine is very easy. I think you probably know who mine is.
Guilty pleasured athlete?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll ask Carrington. He came in. Hey,
okay.
My wife left the book for you. Did you get the book? Okay. That's all I wanted to say.
No, I didn't know. He said Bob wants you to go in there, and I was like, okay. That's what he told me.
Who's your guilty pleasure athlete? Just answer the question, and you
can be now or all time.
Peter Ward for Florida State.
Oh,
okay.
Good one.
Peter Ward for Florida State. If you were there for Peter Ward at Florida State, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He was amazing. Yeah.
There's not a KU player that maybe in the day was like, damn.
Like Thomas Robinson after he had that nice clean block.
Because, mine, to be
fair.
Where
are you going? Wait. Why are you leaving, man? We were just having a conversation.
I grew up a KU fan. My dad brainwashed me in basketball as I got older and started doing, this sort of job. You kind of lose that fizzle. I think that's a fair take. You lose your sports, horniness that you were as, a child. And
I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm not over there.
And I'll be fair with you. Marcus Denman was one of those guys that, when he would play for Mizzou and hit that corner three, I'm like, God, it'd be great to have that guy on the team.
I like Devontae Graham.
Okay.
There aren't many KU players I like him.
Did you like Frank the Stank Mason?
Not like I like Devontae Graham. I didn't really have a positive or negative feeling about Frank Mason, but I like Devontae Graham.
See, I always liked Quinn Snyder. I always liked him more than Roy.
Hell yeah. I met Quinn Snyder, and I don't know if he was even in the room or in the universe at the same time. I mean, the dude was just sweating bullets and didn't even know if he was talking to me or not.
I love Quinn,
No, he wasn't sweating bullets. He was, he was detoxing.
Yeah.
That's what we found
out.
out.
His nose was clogged. What are you doing up here early?
I got to work on Sirius at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
You know I got to work at 8 o'clock.
You're late.
No, I'm not late.
He's 10 minutes early.
I'm on time.
Oh,
I would be preparing right now, but I had to come in here and talk to you about sports horniness.
You didn't?
No, you didn't. You decided you brought it up again.
I just want to tell you, Jen left that book for you. That's all. We didn't have to do that on the air.
Carrington Harris to the drive, 2 to 6 today. You got a full show today or what? About time. Jeez.
Yeah.
You got more off days than Cody Tapp.
Well, let's not go that far. So do you know who my guilty pleasure athlete is?
Can you give me the sport?
Well, it's football. I think you guys should know this.
Abdul Carter?
No,
Lamar
not yet.
Jackson?
Yes, nailed it.
Okay.
Yep.
But that's not,
No, it's a guilty pleasure. I love Lamar. I will watch all of that stuff,
I feel like out of the three quarterbacks that are the most competitive to Patrick Mahomes in the AFC, Lamar gets the pass. We hate Joe Burrow in Kansas City. We hate Josh Allen in Kansas City. But then, Lamar Jackson, you're
I don't hate Josh Allen.
I don't know if people hate Josh Allen. Maybe that'll start this year because of all the talk from national narratives, but I think we all like Josh Allen.
I don't think there's a hate for Josh Allen. The Joe Burrow hate is because he plays with that organization that I hate, and the fans and everything. And they those people act like they're millionaires and they're the Beverly Hillbillies of the NFL.
This comes from the text line as a diehard 39-year-old Chiefs fan. I hate that I love Charles Woodson.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's some like a Tim Brown back in the day. How did you not love that guy, right?
I mean, new one for me is going to be Ashton Genty. That's going to be a guilty pleasure on the Raiders for sure. Ladd McConkey on the Chargers.
I love me some Ladd. Fantasy football really helps with this whole guilty pleasure thing.
Did you see Michael Penix changed his name?
Yeah, Michael Penis.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I'm surprised it took this long for a TV station to do that, but he's kind of in getting into that category of like guilty pleasures. Bo Nix, two guys that I kind of like coming out of the draft that did fairly well last year. Like, all right, I feel like a proud pop on this one.
Yeah.
Somebody said that is a really guilty pleasure. Somebody says Patrick Reed. Ugh.
The golfer?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's a guilty pleasure, though. Like, everybody says that you shouldn't like that. Like, music-wise, like, I'm way too old probably to like the 1975, but I don't care. I like their tunes.
Oh, they're so good.
Their lead singer's a little controversial.
Yeah, whatever.
Matty Healy.
Yeah.
The guy that dated Taylor Swift before Travis Kelce.
For like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Somebody says Adrian Peterson. Somebody says Oil Can Boyd is my guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Fred Taylor from the Jags, running back. That's an old school shout out.
Okay.
I think my current guilty pleasure is Brock Bowers.
It's a great one.
One, he listens to the show because I said he's got to bring it home. He's bald. He took it out. He's gone. New day.
Well, he had to. He looked terrible with the hair.
Yeah, he was gone.
Bad.
You can't fight what.
I mean, first year in the NFL, people got around him and goes, yeah,
what's going on?
You want to make money off the field? This has got to go, bro.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, man, this is the Lord telling you that he did not give you hair.
21 years old, 22 years old. That's
happening. Him with the hair, he looked like he was ready to retire.
Exactly.
I think this is a really good one, a really good local guilty pleasure. Mine is Von Miller, which is justifiable when he was just a Bronco.
Yeah, I don't think that's a guilty pleasure. I think we all like Von because he's a huge fan of DT.
That's fair.
And once he said that, and then gave everybody cases of wine in the
that was cool.
league every year, or in the division every year, I think Von's an easy one to like.
I grew up an A&M fan, so I was always rooting for him.
Someone says their guilty pleasure is Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. WWE. Sorry, guys, I'm a nerd. Somebody says from the 913, Jeff King.
Wow, that's a random one. That guy, 10 years in, retired the next day and went up to Montana, and nobody's heard from him since.
Start, bench, cut. Mustaches. Andy Reid, Tom Selleck, Jeff King.
Oh, Tom Selleck's the start. I mean, come on, it's Tom Selleck.
Tammy said Andy Reid's always had a mustache since the day she met him.
I mean,
did you notice the wedding photos? No mustache.
No mustache.
There was no mustache when he was married. So there was one rule from the bride. I guarantee it.
You're going to shave that thing.
For the wedding. And then he's had it ever since. So if we ever get to talk to Andy Reid again, be like, hey, noticed in the documentary, your wife had mentioned she's always known you with a mustache. But I noticed in your wedding photos, no mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, listen. So that's one thing you don't fight with your wife is wedding day. You don't want Bridezilla. You don't want that challenge. So, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Happy wife, happy life.
No doubt. Somebody says King Griffey Jr., Muggsy Bogues, Sophie Cunningham is a lot of people's guilty pleasure. Mine would have probably been Phil Mickelson as a guilty pleasure.
No, that's a good.
Nice.
I always liked him because I'm left-handed, and when I tried to play golf, I was like, I'm a lefty, whatever.
Tiger Woods was basically the Chiefs of golf, where you're like, can somebody just beat him?
No, I was never like that, though. I never wanted Tiger to lose. Never rooted against Tiger. Never wanted the dominance to end.
Yeah.
Loved every minute of it.
Shawn Michaels, if that counts, LOL. Yeah, you must have been a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. Somebody says Jose Canseco.
That's a good one.
He was just, man.
Talk about a bitterman. Didn't make much money playing because he kind of played at the end there when all the salaries started to go up, and then
somebody says
yelling about steroids, trying to get everybody to listen to him.
Is this a guilty pleasure to be a fan of Mookie Betts?
No, I think it's fine.
Like Boston could have given him the bag, didn't. A World Series ring later. Probably at the time has been one of the top 3 best baseball players in baseball.
The Padres of the last 5 years have been a guilty pleasure for me. Mm-hmm. There's no more fun team to watch, and maybe all of sports, right, than the San Diego Padres. Yep. Everything they do is fun, exciting. It's great.
This might strike a nerve for you, Bob, in a good way. I love Steve Young from the 816 because I also am a lefty.
Yeah, it's cool. Because there's not a lot of us growing up, and when you see somebody that's left-handed, except for a pitcher of baseball, but other sports, there's not a lot of left-handed shooters, not a lot of left-handed quarterbacks, not a lot of left-handed anything in this world.
Michael Phelps.
That's a good one. Did you see him teaching the Ravens how to swim the other day?
That was cool.
That was really neat.
How's that a guilty pleasure, though?
Because maybe you're not supposed to watch swimming all the time, but maybe you're looking up YouTube videos on Michael Phelps beating a shark.
That's true. That's true.
Somebody says from 785, my guilty pleasure is Jose Batista. Psych.
He follows everybody on Twitter, yet everybody hates the guy.
Yeah. Guilty pleasure athlete tap gold in 1-versus-1 basketball. Tank Abbott from the 785. I haven't heard that name in forever. And then someone says Lance Stevenson. When he blew in LeBron's face, it's still one of the funniest things of all time.
Funny, dude.
Name another thing Lance Stevenson did.
Exactly.
Crossed a lot of people up with his dribbling skills.
Lost to Michael Beasley in a 1v1.
Coming from an Iowa Hawkeye fan, my guilty athlete is Cooper DeJean.
Oh,
there we go.
That's a good one because that dude picked off Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl and took it for 6.
But if you're an Iowa fan, is that a guilty pleasure, or is that just kind of rooting for your guy? Right?
You're just gotta be that guy.
Another guilty pleasured Raider is Max Crosby.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him too. It's hard not to like
It's
a guy like him.
him. I almost guessed yours. If you said baseball, I was going to say Jose Ramirez.
Oh, that's a good one. I was watching him yesterday. Cleveland and Miami.
There you go.
And Jose runs off the field, and I'm looking at him going, God, I want to. And then they showed Stephen Kwan, and I'm like,
I know that I'm hard. And everybody hates them in Kansas City. But deep down, they're like, boy, could you imagine them in royal blue?
I love Jose Ramirez. God.
That is our out of left field question here on Fescoe and Dusty. We come up an anniversary to remind you of, and then a double-sided standard that I take from a guy that used to work here, but I kind of put my own spin on it. I asked these two on this show, Bob and Mac as well. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are here for you in the most important time of the year. It is fall, and fall is the most important time for your lawn because it's the best time to seed. And Aspen's professional seeding fills in those bare spots, strengthens the weak areas, helps reduce the weeds, and sets the stage for a lush green lawn by spring. It's one of the most important things you can do for your lawn all year. I was talking to my man Jake over at Aspen Lawn yesterday, and I said, what are we going to do about the yard in the fall? And he goes, well, we're going to have to, put down some new seed and whatnot. I'm like, put me on the books. Let's get this thing scheduled, and let's get this ready to go because I do know how important it is to get that grass seed down in the fall and can't wait to see how great my yard looks next spring because Aspen has already done an unbelievable job on my yard, and now they get the opportunity this fall to touch it all up. And while it's growing lush and green, we get to sit outside and enjoy it because we have that mosquito dome over our house that keeps those mosquitoes out, the fleas out, the ticks out, makes a great backyard for everybody. So get your fall seeding scheduled right now. And when you mention this ad, Aspen's going to give you 10% off your fall seeding, but it's only for a limited time. So mention this ad when you get in touch with Aspen. You can visit them at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt, and you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Heartland Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu. KC's premier Wagyu meat market is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and at 95th in Knoll. Whether you're looking to wow your family at a tailgate or sear the best steaks ever on the deck, Booth Creek Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. You won't regret it. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations. Open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth. Why not start today?
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
The wreck northbound US 71 right at MLK and Emmanuel Cleaver is now slowing traffic back to 55th Street on the northbound side, and southbound onlookers are slowing that side down. Slow down and use caution. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Seahawks on Friday with pregame starting at 8 right here on your exclusive home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. KFNZ FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey sports station.
Moving right along, 8 o'clock hour in Kansas City on a Red Friday. Hopefully you got your, what is it? How about those Chiefs flags? Was that today, or they do that before the first game of the season?
Before the first week. Now, with a Friday game, they used to do it on that first Red Friday. Then we had the Thursday game, so we did it on Red Wednesday. I'm not sure when they're doing it this year, but it's usually that first week leading up to it. You believe me, Dusty, you're asking that question. Wait till they start giving those flags out. The text line will be, where can I get it? Where can I get it? Every local news station will be outside. You know, the McDonald's. It's a day here in Kansas City. So you would have known if it had happened.
Because some people like order them and they already have them.
I think so. I think you can pre-order. But again, I don't know. I don't want to put that out there because people love these flags, right? And I don't want to give out wrong information that you can go to whatever that website was that you read earlier that I couldn't make out and order one of these flags. So I don't know. I'm not going to say that to anybody because I know people will be rushing to their computers to order them because they're cool.
I would assume so because I've seen some, Instagram reels or Facebook stories of people that have them. So who knows? But don't forget Football Draft Experience at Arrowhead Stadium. It's August 19th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. with special guest Field Yates from ESPN. It is in the Hall of Honor. And if you want to buy tickets, you go to GEHA Field at arrowhead.com. There are 2 different packages of tickets being sold. There is a Q&A happy hour ticket that is 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. access to game day fare, 2 beer tickets, and a Q&A happy hour at Field Yates. There's also a suite package spelled SUITE. Fantasy teams of 12 to 16, full night, access to game day fare, 3 beer tickets, Q&A happy hour with Field Yates as well. Then they move to their assigned suite to complete their fantasy football draft.
Cool.
You had mentioned that there is a anniversary of today.
Yeah, today is the anniversary of Woodstock from back in 1969. I told Dusty, he's like, that's cool, man. Like, when we were growing up, like 69, I was born in 77, so 8 years after, Woodstock, which I would have loved to have been at Woodstock. I don't know.
In 1969.
In 1969.
Not in 1999.
Not the 99 Woodstock. No, the 69 Woodstock, I think would have been outstanding. My dad always tells me a story because we were on our way to Woodstock and got sidetracked and stopped at a party and never made it. I'm like,
sick.
Yeah, but like, how do you miss Woodstock, man? I mean, that party must have been a rager there, Dad. to skip Woodstock. But I don't think anybody really knew what that was going to be back in 1969. Like, everybody was assembling on this guy's farm, and I don't think anybody really knew what that festival was going to be like. And it was groundbreaking, obviously. And it's 2025, and people still talk about Woodstock like it's common practice. And and they've tried to duplicate it with all that kind of stuff with Woodstock again in '99 that failed miserably. And then what is the other festival that they used to have?
Firefest?
Lollapalooza.
Oh, that still goes on.
Yeah, but not like
that's in Chicago.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And then there was another festival that they had for a while, but nothing like that Woodstock. That was that's a one-off. No.
Okay.
Lilith Fair. They did that as well, where it was a big festival for a couple of days and whatnot. So, but nothing like that. It's everybody wants
Red, White, and Boom.
Yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah, but nothing like Woodstock. That was
no chance.
I just don't. I don't like that. That's like the one-off. Like, you could never recreate what it was like again. Like, even though the Royals won in 15, 14 of October was still better than 15 of October because it was the first time we'd all done it. And then we tried to recreate it. The second verse is never as good as, that first one. But I think everybody still to this day is trying to come up with a festival as good as Woodstock.
Yeah, you just have to have that, like, I don't know. There's just so many bands now.
I know.
Like, back then, you had there was still a lot of musical talent, but like the big ones were out there. Like Jimi Hendrix is out there. Like that's like when you go back and you could say, if you go back in time for one event, what would it be? It's like, wow, Woodstock 69. You'd see some talent out there that, didn't live much longer past that go down in rock and roll history as like, damn, you saw who?
Yeah.
Yeah, them. Yeah.
I think what would be cool would be to show, and if there's a way you could do it, and it would obviously be tedious, but like get pictures and whatnot from 1969 at Woodstock of people and then show them today. Like, here's what your mom was doing in 1969, and now she has grandkids and, like all this stuff. I would love to see like a documentary, and maybe I'm just talking myself into making one here, of like Woodstock people today and what it was like back then and what they're doing now. Like, how many of these people are like teachers and nurses, retired, and all this kind of stuff. And then, this day in 1969, they were in a field covered in mud, smoking more weed than they could get their hands on.
Yeah.
And doing other stuff as well.
Yeah. So I want to bring this up because I was obviously at the golf course yesterday, and, you missed some things that maybe some people were talking about because of, we're in the dead of summer when it comes to football stuff and football, sort of takes. And I was watching First Things First with Brew and Nick Wright, and they were talking about, or Nick was talking about, the double standard that is Patrick Mahomes, right? If Patrick Mahomes goes to the Super Bowl and loses, but wins in the AFC Championship game and beats Lamar Jackson, and on the way also beat like Joe Burrow or Josh Allen, then he loses the Super Bowl, then he's a failure.
Mm-hmm.
But if Patrick Mahomes goes out there and has astonishing numbers, but loses in the AFC Championship game to name quarterback Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, then he's still a failure.
Right.
The guy can't win, right? Unless he wins it all. Which in the Kingdom last night, like, what's the success? Winning the Super Bowl. What's failure? Losing the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the standard he's put himself in there.
Right. He's created that standard for himself when it comes to winning. He has not created that national standard though for himself.
Right. And I think that 100%. And I think that it's interesting because, like, what would the media do outside of here if, let's say, that theory does happen? Let's say that Mahomes does go out there this year and throws 50 touchdowns and throws 5,100 yards, and they lose to Burrow, Allen, or Jackson in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, Mahomes was a failure, couldn't get his team back. The dynasty's over. Patrick Mahomes essentially has to go out and have the greatest season in the history of quarterbacks in order for people in the national media to, quote unquote, I can't believe I'm saying this, buy back in, because it's so stupid to say. The fact that we're having this conversation tells you how stupid the national media is when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. Because Patrick Mahomes will tell you 50 and 5,000 was not a successful season for him. 11 and 6 winning the Super Bowl with Kadropius was a successful season for him, right? Yeah. Last season, not a successful season for Patrick Mahomes. And so he cares about the end result. I care about the end result. But it sure feels like if Patrick Mahomes is going to be considered better than Joe Burrow, he has to do things that we've never seen before on the field.
Because the narrative this past year, even though he went to the Super Bowl and lost, the narrative was, well, he's not the same. He's not as good. He's not going to do it. But, like, okay, that's statistic-wise. Like, that's, like, stat-wise is why you don't think he's as good anymore, because he didn't have his best year. He had his biggest drop in stats that he's had in his entire career. So Allen and Burrow and these guys, they're better. They're not better or so, but like they're in the same tier. Or, Mahomes has gone down a peg. But then what would the same conversation be, which is the double standard of, okay, well, then let's say that Mahomes goes out there this year and throws for, let's say it's 4,800 yards and he throws for 43 touchdowns and throws 6 interceptions and has one of the greatest years and wins MVP of the league, but he loses the NFC Championship game, doesn't get to the Super Bowl, and Josh Allen wins. It'd be, Josh Allen, man, he's doing what nobody else do. Well, actually, the argument that you said that Josh Allen had gotten better is because he put up numbers, kind of, and led his team to an MVP award, but lost to Patrick Mahomes. That's not his fault. It's a team game. But everything else is different than Patrick Mahomes. And you know what, Bob? And I mean this, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Let them have their standards, and let's just keep winning Super Bowls, and let them have their their dumb takes about Patrick Mahomes. But I also too believe that with this instant gratification society that we are in right now, red zone, as much as we love it, I really think it has ruined people's perspective on how football actually operates, because the aesthetics are pleasing a lot of times, right? Wow, look at that touchdown pass that Joe Burrow just threw there. Look at that pass that Josh Allen threw there. They show that on red zone. Everybody sees that. They don't show Patrick Mahomes scrambling around and dumping it off for 3 yards when they needed 2 to pick up a first down that moves the chains. They don't show that stuff on red zone. And I do believe that a lot of these people that are giving their opinions sit around and just watch red zone, and they don't watch the whole games, and they don't see the nuances, and they don't see the decision-making that Patrick Mahomes plays, or the plays that he pulls out of nowhere to make, because they're all watching this 40-yard bomb from Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase to make it 35-33, and now they got to go for 2 to just try to tie the game because their defense is terrible. And so they see all of those things because we're just fed highlight after highlight after highlight because people just watch red zone all day. They don't watch the entire game. I personally don't understand how you can sit back, watch football for the last 5 years, and have a take that Josh Allen is better and Joe Burrow is better than what Patrick Mahomes is, because there's no better winner in the history of this league right now than Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, because I do believe he will eventually pass Tom Brady in all of these categories. There's no better winner right now currently in the NFL or in sports than Patrick Mahomes right now. And the double standard that he has to constantly live up to, it's becoming laughable at this point in time, because you're right. If he goes 50 and 5,000 and doesn't make the Super Bowl, they'll tell you the dynasty is over. But if he goes 35 and 3,500 and they win the Super Bowl, well, he had a down year. It doesn't matter that he won the Super Bowl. No, it does. That's all that matters.
Right. We'll dive more into what we heard yesterday from Rashee Rice. Plus, we'll get into that Kingdom documentary, which I think is absolutely great. I powered through 3 episodes last night. I've got 3 to go. I would not be surprised if by the end of tonight that series is over. We'll talk about that on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and let me tell you about my people at GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me The Vin wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with those dealerships, those annoying hassles, all that stuff that the dealership brings, and private sale tire kickers, and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com big cash giveaway. Give Me The Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Get 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. For more details, go to their website, GiveMeTheVin.com. So again, say goodbye to the dealerships and say goodbye to the private sale tire kickers and go to GiveMeTheVin.com. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600, or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Chiefs Kingdom, are we ready to play? It's time for the Chiefs Kingdom scratch ticket, only from the Kansas Lottery. You could win up to $75,000 instantly, with even more ways to win exclusive, one-of-a-kind Kansas City Chiefs experiences through the Play On app. Play the Kansas Lottery Chiefs Kingdom scratch ticket today. See kslottery.com for details.
MIAA fans, it's that time of year. Beginning August 19th, you can purchase 2025-26 MIAA Network monthly subscriptions, annual all-access passes, and individual broadcasts at fan-friendly rates. All MIAA conference regular schedule contests across 7 sports and other select contests will be streamed live on the network. Don't miss the 48-hour flash sale from noon on August 19th to noon on August 21st for $10 off the annual subscription rate. For more info and to sign up today, visit the MIAAnetwork.com. The MIAA, bring your A-game.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
The wreck northbound US 71 right at MLK and Emmanuel Cleaver is now slowing traffic back to 55th Street on the northbound side, and southbound onlookers are slowing that side down. Slow down and use caution. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
Stat for those people that don't think Patrick Mahomes can stay where he has to stay. This is just Jalen Hurts versus Josh Allen in the playoffs. These are the quarterbacks Jalen Hurts is beaten in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love. These are the quarterbacks that Josh Allen's beaten in the playoffs. Skylar Thompson, Mac Jones, Mason Rudolph, Bo Nix.
No, he beat Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm. But, you know.
Wait. Say that again, just for those listening in the back.
Quarterbacks that Jalen Hurts has beaten in the playoffs: Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Jaden Daniels, and Jordan Love. Quarterbacks that Josh Allen has beaten in the playoffs: Skylar Thompson, Mac Jones, Mason Rudolph, Bo Nix.
And Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
we'll
throw
add that one. We'll put the 2-time MVP on the list.
And has yet to beat Joe Burrow in the playoffs?
Has he beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs?
No, I don't believe so.
0-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let me tell you something about Josh Allen in the playoffs, Bob. It's defense. You let him down. But anyways, we go to what was the news yesterday that broke right around the time you guys were walking out of the studio door, because that's just the way it goes.
Always.
There's just a nice little gift here for Alex and Cody right at 10 o'clock. Hey, by the way, here's what happens with Rashee Rice.
They announced the stadium
All
at
right,
10:02.
Move everything down. Could you imagine?
That'd be amazing.
Friday news dump. Well, you know what? That would actually suck for you if it happens on a Friday at 10:02, because they're gonna give you a text. This group's gonna give you a text.
I ain't answering those texts on Friday.
6 is gonna give you a text.
Sorry, Friday after 10 o'clock, bro, is done. Especially today. I got going out with my friend Paul at 10:45 this morning. We haven't seen each other in years.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so we're going to, he goes, I'm free at 10. He goes, I'll see you at 10:45. Okay. So if something happens today, ain't texting Bob Fescoe.
Where are you guys going? Are you going to the lake?
It's an undisclosed location at this point in time. I don't know what we're going to do. We'll
hanging
figure
out,
it out.
get some drinks, hanging out.
It's one of those friends that we haven't seen each other in a long time, but you just pick up right where we left off.
So it's the best kind, man.
Yeah, so that'll be good. We'll figure out where we're going to go later on.
Have fun.
Thank you very much. Thank you very little. No state. I think that Kansas should announce the stadium news tomorrow. It's 8:16.
Yeah, it'd be great. So mean.
That's evil.
So mean.
But no, we're still waiting.
Soon.
Soon.
Which is
Any day.
Kind of like soon with the Rashee Rice.
Which happens first? Rashee Rice's suspension is announced, or we know the stadium stuff?
Rashee.
See, I disagree. I think we'll know the Royal stadiums. I don't think we'll know the Chiefs stadium stuff by September 30th, 75 days from now, or whatever it is. How long has it been? How long do we have? 45 days, roughly?
Yep. Roughly.
Until September 30th?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And we're, 3 weeks away today from the first game of the season?
That's right. Yeah.
21 days.
There you go.
So we've got 45 days, roughly, till we know about Rashee Rice. It'll be 5 games into the season before we know about Rashee Rice, too. Mm-hmm. People keep saying 4. Oh, it's 5. He meets Tuesday, September 30th. So that gives him 5 games to play before they even have the conversation about the suspension, which will be, I don't want to use the term tried because it's not a trial, but a former judge is going to hear this who works for the NFL, only the second time that they've used the former judge in this kind of conversation. So that's interesting to me. And then, of course, whether or not she rules in our favor or their favor, there's going to be some sort of appeals process, I'm sure. And so we're talking, obviously, October before we know, because September 30th is the last. So, I mean, good Lord. You think the stadium stuff is taking long? This is egregious, though, I think.
Yeah, I would rather just have it be said and done. I don't have the theory that, the first 4 games, those are tough games. Good thing they have Rashee Rice there, and also the one in Jacksonville. So 5 for a game for first 5 games. To me, it's just more so. I would rather just rip the Band-Aid off, let us know what the suspension is, get it over with, move on, and have everybody in the right set of mind. And some people could say, well, the Chiefs don't deserve that. Rashee Rice says he should make this sweat. Well, if that's your theory and you want the Chiefs to be punished, then you should want the punishment to happen immediately. Let them suffer for the first 4 weeks of the season or 6 weeks of the season and then move on. Because if you play the first 5 games and you go 5-0, you've got a little bit of breathing room. If you do miss one of your superstars on the wide receiver roster, then all of a sudden you play the Lions, you'll play the Bills, the Commanders, the Raiders, all those teams in that second wave of the season that we break down, by quarters of the season. So again, I wasn't necessarily maybe as, ecstatic as a lot of people were yesterday, where they were like, all right, first 4 games.
You ran into people that were excited about that.
Yeah, so like when I'm on a hole 4 at Dub's Dread yesterday, I was like, so if you guys want, we got Rashee Rice. And he was like, oh, really? What'd they say? What's he getting suspended for? I was like, well, they said he's going to be available for the first 4 games of the season, or, now that I've known the first 5 games of the season, but yesterday it was, 4 games of the season he's going to be available. And they're like, oh, nice. They have a gone in the first 4 games. That's good. And I was like, is it? And, there would be like the little, water cooler talk, or I guess it was like the Corona talk or the Surfside talk. And it was, well, now that you say it that way, yeah, I'd rather just know what it is. I'd rather not have it linger Shout out to the Cranberries, I think is who sings that song.
Do you have to let it linger?
And that's what we should be singing to the NFL and to the committee and all these people that are trying to figure this out. What's fair, what's foul, what's not right, what is right. And it's like, enough, man. Can we just get to a decision? Because we were told, this is just what we were told. Kind of like how the Royals told us they were a playoff team. We're going off what we were told. Addison's case and Rashee Rice's case was expedited up so they could get to a sentencing of what his suspension would be. And here we are now. It's going to be September 30th.
Well, that was July 17th when they suspended Addison, guys. It's now a month later, and we're still sitting here, and we're going to go another 45 days. I don't think there's any good time to have a suspension if you're looking at opponents. You got the Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Ravens, Jags, Lions, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Broncos, Colts, and Cowboys, but they're not going to have them suspended on Thanksgiving, Texans, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders to close out the season. There's no easy, quote-unquote, easy stretch at all on that schedule, right? As of right now, right? We're not as the season goes along, we'll be like, oh, we totally misread that schedule. Look how good the Giants became this year. Look how bad the Chargers were. And we had those, that happens, right, over the course of a season. But if you're looking at it from a preseason where we are right now point of view, there's no stretch in there where I'm like, okay, let's have them for this game. Now, maybe you can pick and choose games and have them out for the Giants game and then have them out for the Cowboys game and then the Titans game. That would be nice if you could do that. But this is a very different type of suspension, guys. I mean, it really is. It's only the second time that this judge has heard a suspension hearing. The first time was Deshaun Watson. She levied a 6-game suspension on Deshaun Watson. The league appealed that suspension and got it to 11. So that's the thing here is that when she makes the ruling, both the player and the league can appeal if they don't like the suspension that was given out by this judge. Mm-hmm. And so then you go to the appeals process, and that's when Roger Goodell kind of gets involved. I still, until I hear better, I like Florio's conspiracy of having him available for the first 5 games because it's 5 different networks, and they want to make sure that the Chiefs
but they play so many network games.
I know they do.
The next 3 games are on 3 different networks after the first 5, 2 of which are prime time, one of which is against a divisional rival.
That's a dumb theory by Florio.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But what else is there? Everybody's just grasping for straws because nobody knows. And when I text people that are in the know and they respond back to me, I guess they're just doing it so you guys can talk about it longer. That tells me frustration is brewing. Everybody's ticked off at this point in time, and we should have had a GD answer a while ago with this.
Apparently, this is more normal as a precedent for the league to conduct an investigation or review findings to assess the discipline.
They've had 18 months to look into this.
I agree. I'm with you. I'm just saying, based on the precedent, 60 to 90 days, September 30th will be 75 days.
60 to 90 days after a sentencing in the court of law.
Yes.
Yeah, but okay, but that's the final result. It doesn't change anything that happened before. Legitimately, you cannot change the past, right? We know what Rashee Rice did. That was black and white. We have all of that evidence. You stacked all of that evidence up there, and then you're waiting for the last piece of information. You got what the law decided. You should have already been way ahead on getting a suspension in order at that point in time.
Yeah, they should have said, okay, if the law is going to do this, we're going to do this.
Right.
Okay, if the law is going to judge harder, okay, we'll do this.
Well, you should have plan A, plan B, and plan C, or whatever it is. Like the conversation I was having with my daughter last night. She goes, I got something that's due on Monday. I go, get it done now because it's Thursday. Then Friday happens. You ain't doing it on Friday. Then Saturday going to happen. You ain't going to want to do it on Saturday. And then you and I are going to fight on Sunday night about getting this assignment done.
Yes.
Sunday Get it done now, right? Get it done
Absolutely.
now. Have it done. You got nothing to do right now. Get it done. Oh, it's only going to take 10 minutes. Then get it done. So this is where I am with the league. You have all this stuff add up. You knew all of this information. You were waiting for one more piece. That was the legal side to tell you what the punishment was. You got that. You should have been able to levy the suspension or already had the conversation about the suspension.
A lot of texts coming in from our friends on the text line, the Jay Southland Tow Service text line. Get in the know with Jay Southland Tow, 913-586-7965. Obviously, the suspension must be longer than the Chiefs thought. It should be because Rice is requesting a hearing. So maybe they got something and it was like 8 games and they were like, absolutely not. So they're taking it to the next level.
I don't know that I agree with that. I think they're taking it to the trial, in my opinion anyway, because he's done so much restitution already. He's already paid over $1 million in damages. He's already gone through a lot of the process off the field stuff and making, things right again, trying his best to make things right. And so maybe he wants to present that side to the judge, if you will. Like, look, I've already done all of this stuff because I know I effed up.
Could be. It could be.
I'm just confused at the processes. Like, hey, here's the suspension, 6 games. Okay, well, we're going to appeal that. Okay, it's 4. All right, sounds good. 4-game suspension. Hey, we're going to suspend you for 8. We don't like that. Okay, well, then you can take it to another level. Why do we need to? But that's what they're going to do. They're going to move this to another sort of hearing, try to, plead their case and see what this judge has to say. If she thinks what they say is valid and sound, then they'll be like, okay, well, like in my situation, because watch, then she'll be like, I believe he should be suspended for 5 games. And then all of a sudden, and by the time they get that resolved, what if that leaks into the playoffs? Like, what if he gets suspended in week 14 and he misses 5 games? That's week 15, 16, 17, 18, misses the first playoff game. Whether that is the divisional round, whether that's a wild card round, it is now leaked into the playoffs.
Well, and also, too, as we get later into the season, the games start to ramp up a little bit more. I mean, watching that Kingdom documentary and realizing, like, the Chiefs have these big leads. They're 15-1, but they're only like a half game ahead of the number 1 thing, and every game matters at the end of the season. Like, they had to win that Christmas Day game against Pittsburgh to secure the number 1 seed, right? So these games matter at the end of the season. So, I mean, you can recover if the suspension is earlier in the season, right? You can, 4 games at the beginning part of the season, we still have 13 to go. But you get into a groove, you get into a roll, you get this thing moving, and now you got to stop it down for potentially 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate games?
Also, it adds pressure to those first 4 games. Because before it's like, okay, well, we don't have Rashee. If we go 2-2, hell, if we go 3-1, God forbid 4-0, and then we get the number 1 option. Now it's like, okay, we're going to lose our number 1 option in a month, so we've got to go 3-1. We've got to win these games because if we don't, then we're without our number 1 option and we're 500. Yeah, it's huge.
But I will also say this: they went 15-2 without Rashee Rice for the most of last year too, right? Like that's the other side of it. Like they will figure things out. But I'd rather not have to have them figure things out.
No, they were 10 or 11-0 in 1-score games.
Andy's had to work way too hard the last couple of years. It's time for him to get a little breather here, man. Let's go.
And to be fair, they went 13-12 they went 12-2 with Rashee Rice or without
Rashee Rice. Yeah.
And in the first 3 games, Rashee Rice had 2 games of 100 yards. You can see that if you watch the Kingdom documentary.
Guys get injured all the time.
This crowd is very quiet when their star player is on the ground.
In football, it's not the best out of 5. It's 1 game. You got 1 game. That's it. I was tired of answering the 3-peat. Everybody wants a piece of our ass. It was so emotionally draining on me as the quarterback that I wished I had retired after my 9th year. I was that exhausted. That's why I marvel at Mahomes. He's like a little kid out there.
That is audio from the Kingdom documentary, and that's Terry Bradshaw. Some interesting comments there. Like, I was done after year 9. I was cooked. I was mentally drained. I was done with the pressure.
And this is the 1970s when you didn't have what we have today.
Right, a phone in your face everywhere you look. Right. Questions on the internet that are
media.
either false or a fake narrative they're trying to put in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was interesting to kind of see that and watch that documentary because you were talking about the season last year, and they bring that up very vividly in I think the 2nd episode. Where like the Chiefs are up, they're down, they're up, they're down. And then like Peter Schrager has kind of like that tone in his voice because he goes, and then there's the Denver game.
Mm-hmm.
And we all remember that, right?
Yeah.
Like we're like, and Schrager's kind of I don't know what kind of a Chiefs take he is kind of guy, but he knows how to say the right things for the right demographic. But the way he's like, and then there's that Chiefs game. And you're like, or that Raiders game, or the Broncos game, which game? And you go back and you think about that Broncos game and you think about the blocked field goal, and then they go to the locker room. They're like, Andy's like, I don't know who got it. Was it Leo or was it George? And they're like, it's Leo. And then you hear Leo Chenal goes, everybody. And then you get the story of Leo Chenal getting the jersey from Travis Kelce, which I thought was hilarious because this is Leo Chenal's 4th year in the league. And in his rookie year, he went up to Travis Kelce to get a jersey signed. And he's like, yeah, I'll get it to you. And then never did. And then they give you the details of like he got the jersey after he blocked the kick, and he's like, all of us, like he's sitting there, and I thought it was hilarious when he goes, I couldn't think of a better moment than to go up to him and ask him for the jersey, and then they cut away. They're like, and that was also the same game that Travis Kelce became the all-time touchdown. It's just like, you sure you don't want it back? No, man, cheers. So. So good. Danon's laugh.
Yeah. Like Danon's laugh is the best color analyst you could have right there.
It's like a high squeak. Play it again. It's that squeal, man.
Danon's part is the absolute best.
Just that squeak, man. It's
The roar of the crowd, too.
You were there. Mac was there. Mac said he elevated out of the stadium. Bob is there with Ben Maller in his first ever Chiefs game. And you know how Ben's shtick is on the air. Like, everything's rigged, everything's fake. And he leaves that game, and he's like, I don't know what I just saw. And I remember you guys FaceTime me, and I, shotgunned a beer, spit it into my phone. And Ben Maller's like, so that's Dusty. Okay, duly noted. And then you're just like, after that game, I think I ran out of my house and I just absolutely freaked out. And then it's all deflated the next day because everyone's like, well, they barely beat Denver. They're not that good. It's like,
I know, right? And everybody wanted to take that away. I mean, that look, every game in the NFL is hard to win. And I thought that Terry Bradshaw comment was so eye-opening. And I think so many people in the national media also really need to listen to that comment by Terry Bradshaw. He won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback. 1, 2, took a break, and then won another 2, right? And he never got the three-peat. And he's talking about in the 1970s how difficult this is. Half as many teams, in the 70s as there are today. Most of those guys, NFL was a part-time job for them. It's a full-time job now. I just don't think, as much as we say how hard it is to win in this league, people really understand how hard it is to win in the NFL. And what the Chiefs have been able to do over the last 7 years has been as difficult as anything that we've seen in sports, because you're getting everybody's best game. Look at the way all of these games ended last year, right? The Cincinnati game, the Raider game, the Denver game, the Charger game, the Carolina game. Every one of these games, this team was just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and still found ways to win when they were getting the best effort from every single team every single week. And yet somehow, some way, there are people that still want to poo-poo what the Chiefs have done and say that it's not that impressive and take away from that dynasty and take away from that run. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback that won 4 Super Bowls, legitimately talking about in the 1970s, it was too much pressure and he wanted to retire because of it. And now we're in 2025 where we've got Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's every move being documented. You think it's easy to win in the NFL right now on this team? Hell no, it's not. We've got to start celebrating what these guys have done and understand how difficult it is to win a game in this league.
Because that game was in November, right?
November 4th.
November 4th. Okay.
I think just plays like this alone, if the refs don't get involved, the Broncos win this game and don't.
How did the refs get involved?
That's what it was the next day. Also, if you watch the
people are so dumb.
If you watch the Kingdom documentary, I thought the transition between how they showed Isaiah Pacheco's injury and how Kareem Hunt kind of came a part of this team, and Andy and Schrager kind of talked about Isaiah Pacheco in it.
Isaiah goes down. Isaiah, I mean, you got to understand, is a big part of this whole thing, the heart of the team.
Pacheco just brings something that no one else on that team does. He runs angry, and he brought that energy, and then the dance moves when he scores. He was the juice guy also. It was a huge loss.
And that was also last year where they went 15-2. They lost wide receiver 1, RB1, left tackle was a question mark, and they also lost wide receiver 2. And what they compare Isaiah Pacheco is the heart of the team. They call Travis Kelce the soul of the team.
The huge loss for Pacheco. Man.
And then all of a sudden we find out that the whole situation happened to Kareem Hunt watching football at his house and texts Andy Reid and says, hey, if you need anything, I'd love to help out. I'm here for you. I'm in shape, ready to go. He goes, thanks, Kareem. Hope all's well. I'll talk to Veach.
Yeah.
And then he goes a couple hours later, hey, we're going to fly out to Kansas City. And then the rest is history. And you get the emotions of that. And you get the story of the second chances in the note card that says simply, don't judge.
Don't judge, yeah. And we don't want to give a lot of it away because I'm sure a lot of folks are, 9 o'clock at night last night. But you got to watch this if you are a Chiefs fan and really get in all the feels of everything that has gone on. But the Kareem Hunt story is really, to me, it is a remarkable kind of story because I never thought Kareem Hunt, he didn't think he'd ever play in Kansas City again, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody thought that. And then, it goes to show you that people can change and people can be rebirthed, if you will, and rectified and really reclaim who they once were after a mistake. And I think we are quick, and I'm one as well, that, you write people off when they make these mistakes. But the older I get, the more I realize, all right, let's talk about it. Let's see if we can rectify this thing. Let's see if we can work through this thing. Everybody makes mistakes. Kareem's a very bad mistake. Rashee, a very bad mistake. Both of them on video so everybody can see the mistakes that they made. But they gave him a second opportunity to go out there. And if Kareem doesn't shoot his shot, man, that's good advice for everybody. Shoot your shot. You never know what somebody's going to say because you got cut by this organization, and then you texted the coach and go, hey, man, I'm still here. And he responded back to you, talked to Veach, got you in here, and he made a huge difference. But again, it continued to show you how hard it is to win. They lost the heart of their team in Isaiah Pacheco. They lost their number 1 wide receiver. They lost their number 3 wide receiver. They didn't have a left tackle. They still went 15-2, and we're still having conversations that the dynasty's over and they're no good. It's unbelievable to me how people would rather have a hot take than actually look at details and evidence and go with the facts.
We'll see where he comes out this year because it's a big year for Isaiah Pacheco, a.k.a. the heart of the team. We'll wrap up this 8 o'clock segment before we get into 9 o'clock, where we can do our Richard of the Week, brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka, proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories, and the best part, 0 bubbles. But who should be better? We're looking at you, quarterbacks. That's our thing on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. This season has been even better at the K because at every game, you're always near a Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka or a Surfside Lemonade and Vodka, the proud partner of your Kansas City Royals. They're absolutely delicious and pair perfectly with a day at the ballpark. You can find fans sipping Surfside everywhere at Kauffman Stadium, cheering on the boys in blue. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part is 0 bubbles, which means 0 troubles. It's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game. Ask for it at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game as well. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Don't let clogged drains slow you down. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way, the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 5-star reviews ensures your peace of mind. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
Missouri sports fans, I got great news for you. Underdog is now available to play in your state, and you can go yard all baseball season long with Underdog's Champions Game. As we get ready to roll into the 4th of July holiday, the baseball action is heating up, and Underdog is a leading place to make all of your sports selections. To play, all you have to do is download the app and choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats. You can choose from things like home runs, total bases, and so much more. And once that entry feels good, you can play with as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Maybe it's time for Vinny Pasquantino to start heating up, and you love the over on his total bases this weekend. Download the Underdog app and sign up with promo code Bob to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit with promo code Bob. Must be 18 and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See UnderdogFantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
On Tuesday, August 26th, it's FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for every single football fan. It's 24 hours of deals, and you know I love a deal, on all your football season predictions. So take a flyer on who you think is going to win MVP. Take a flyer on who you think is going to win the championship this year, and you can parlay your division dark horse candidates. Mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, your odds. You guys always tell me what you think. This time, put your money where your mouth is. All you need to do is visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now. So if you like Patrick Mahomes to win MVP, this is the time to take him. Or if you think the Chiefs are heading back to the big game, August 28th is a day for you. Because Futures Day is 1 day and 1 day only. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and present in Kansas. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas. Under agreement, Kansas Casino, LLC. Gambling problem. Get up with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. It's KansasGamblingHelp.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
The wreck northbound US 71 right at MLK and Emmanuel Cleaver is now slowing traffic back to 55th Street on the northbound side, and southbound onlookers are slowing that side down. Slow down and use caution. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
Throw a cake in my face. That's all I can think about when I hear this. Just at an EDM concert, there's Steve at the top of the stage. You want it? You want cake in your face? Yeah,
Let's
dude.
go.
I thought I took a Listerine strip. Turns out it's something completely different.
Do they still make those Listerine strips?
I don't think so.
What?
I think they were discontinued.
No. Those things sucked anyway, though.
They were great.
You had to eat like 10 of them to get any sort of breath freshener.
You ever seen the clip of Ozzy Osbourne trying it? back on the Osborns.
Yes.
Is Banaka still a thing?
Spinaka? Yeah, it's
No?
at those Tex-Mex places.
Is Banaka?
Banaka?
Yeah.
I don't know if I know.
The
Banaka.
spray that used to...
The spray. The spray's gone too.
Is it? I don't know. I'm
Nah,
asking.
they got to still have some spray.
I don't look for that kind of stuff, but I don't know. That used to be big in the 80s, and then they realized if you took a lighter in front of it and sprayed it was a torch, and so then they were eliminated from schools.
They got it.
Yeah?
You got Banaka.
Oh, at Amazon?
No. You have other breath sprays. Banaka's gone. You can buy Banaka for $85 on eBay.
Oh, at eBay, huh?
And you better believe the Listerine strips are still there.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
God.
At your local CVS, Walmart, Prime Dental.
All right. So it's still on the website.
Sam's Club, you can buy you can buy packs.
I just like the feeling of them disintegrating into my tongue.
But they don't do anything.
No.
That's because Mac loves acid.
I've been pounded this week.
I'll just take another one. Haven't felt anything in a while. That's not Listerine. Let him grow. Let him grow.
I mean, like freeze-dried Listerine. It was just really just a terrible product.
Have you tried the freeze-dried candy?
No.
Hannah likes them.
Well, wait, slow down on this one.
Okay.
Freeze-dried candy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do like Skittles.
Where do you find this, first
Anywhere.
of all? Really? I've never even heard of that before. I'm
Skittles
surprised
are-
because the kids know about all this crap.
Yeah, it was like a quick
Skittles,
fad.
yeah.
Skittles does it. I believe Starburst does it.
Yes.
So it's almost hard.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, so they like freeze dry them, and then you suck on it a little bit, and then you chomp on it.
It's okay. It's not for me. I like the original. Hannah likes it a lot.
Where do you buy it for her?
Like I think you can get it like Hy-Vee and
Can
candy
you
aisle.
really? And there's the
Like
normal
you know how
stores.
Hy-Vee remodeled
Oh,
those
the
candy
candy
aisles.
aisles. Oh my God, at Hy-Vee.
Willy Wonka's like, this is what Lamar Hunt was talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man. The
giant
candy aisle.
gumball machine.
Yep, huge candy aisles.
Rich
at
people's
Hy-Vee.
candies right at the end of the cap, and then everybody else's candies down here.
Yeah.
They got that Ghirardelli section where you're just like, don't look at it, don't look at it.
I'll buy their dark chocolate, but then I bought like one of the because now you're old. These like they say, oh, dark chocolate's good, right? I bought like the 92% dark. Oh my God, is that awful?
Yeah.
Oh, like they say, like yes, 78% and below. Like now I'm talking dark chocolate percentages here.
I was like, 78% is below in that thing?
and then like 92% dark. I mean, it was brutal.
I can't do it. Can't do dark chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not huge into it.
No.
But like Hershey Special Dark, that's a good dark
that's
chocolate.
for you.
That's really good. Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah, somebody says just pop a couple Altoids and you'll feel your taste buds melt off.
Yeah. But Altoids also, they're nice, but then it dissipates fast. There's no lingering freshness.
And you can't drink water for 10 minutes after you've eaten. Because we did this one time. Shout out to Parker. He was the guy that worked at Jack Stack with us. And we'd always like get off work on like a Thursday night or a Monday night and go out to the local bar and just kind of
Service industry night.
Oh, it's fun. And we were like, hey, man, there's a challenge. I bet you can't do it. He's like, what's that? I was like, I bet you can't eat 5 Altoids and chug a glass of ice water.
Ooh. Seriously? You can't do that, huh?
Oh, I mean, you could try it, but it'll feel like
freezes your mouth off?
Oh, I mean, your whole esophagus, your whole chest.
Yes.
So he ate 5.
How long do you wait after you eat the 5?
He ate them. They were gone.
Chewed them or sucked them?
Chewed on them, ate them, and then took an entire Stewie's cup of ice water and chugged it. And I could just watch the tears go down his eyes. Oh, it's terrible. Try it sometime. Pour yourself a glass of ice water.
This is awful. Try it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in disbelief.
I really am because
the pain of this is more than like when you get a cut on your finger and you forgot about it and you squeeze that lemon and you drink it, you're like, son of a gun. Like this one is just like it's like Mr. Freeze just put his gun in your mouth and just hit the trigger.
We'll try it on the 30th. Bring over the Altoids. I'll supply the water.
You're doing it. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it.
The reason I asked, did he chew them or did he suck on them? Because if you suck on them, it leaves more residue and stuff. If you chew them, it goes quicker,
yeah,
right?
That's
So
fair. This is like the chug a gallon of milk or whatever. No one can do it. It's possible. Or chug a bottle of Sprite without burping. Can't do it. No one can do it.
Can't eat a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Yep, can't eat. Yep, that's another
Really?
one.
Again, we can do this on the 30th if you'd like to try it.
That's another one. I've tried the cinnamon.
You tried it teaspoon or tablespoon?
I think it's
a tablespoon.
it might be a
tablespoon's a lot of like
you cannot.
We could do a teaspoon if you'd like. 6 saltine crackers in a minute to try to eat them and swallow them.
Impossible.
That's impossible too.
I've done that one
because like you get one down, you're like, all right, you get two down, and all of a sudden you're like, what's going on? Like,
are you not allowed to have water in that?
No water.
Okay, yeah, I can see that one being.
That one's tough.
Yeah.
Quickly to do better. What's a quarterback out there in the NFL that you think needs to do better?
Kyler Murray.
It's a good one. Yeah, huge
Thank
year
you.
for him.
Yeah.
Huge year for him.
I saw one this morning, and this is not at all a topic, but it was ESPN this morning. Is this Caleb Williams' last shot? And I'm like, oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Why are we doing
I'm not
this?
a Caleb Williams fan. It's year one with a new coordinator and new head coach. And the topic on ESPN this morning is this Caleb Williams' last chance.
What are we doing?
It's also what year is this in the NFL?
This is second season.
Second season, new coach. Like this is ground zero for Caleb Williams. He's at the bottom right now. I think he gets a free pass, for a lot of times this year. But he's going to be very scrutinized. But you got a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new system.
Is this Peyton Manning's last chance? Pretty bad his first season. God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
20 touchdowns, 6 picks, 3,500 yards.
Would that have been the topic back in 99, 2000 with Peyton Manning? Is this Peyton's last chance? They were 2-14, or 1-15.
After he was God's gift to earth in college football, everyone praised him for 2 years. Exactly what we've done with Caleb Williams.
Couldn't be Florida.
See 10 games bad, boom, you're done.
You're done.
You're toast. You're washed.
Yeah, you're washed. But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, good Lord, ESPN needs a real game to kick off.
Trevor Lawrence, a good one.
Who's got more to prove, Trevor Lawrence or Kyler Murray?
I'll go Lawrence because, they both were really high picks.
Well, Heisman Trophy winners.
I would say this year it's Kyler Murray because
They were
Trevor
first
Lawrence.
overall picks.
Yeah, they both were.
Yeah,
you're right.
But Trevor Lawrence has a new system now, too. So he gets a little bit of a pass.
And he had Urban Meyer his first year, so
Yeah,
that's jeez. But he was vaulted, he was the next Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Like him and Andrew Luck, those are the most vaulted up, and maybe Caleb Williams, if you want to put him in that list as far as just hyped number one picks. They're on
But
that
Kyler's
list.
in now year 3 of this crew. It's time.
100%.
It's time.
It's
for
time.
him. Yeah.
Yep.
Either you have it or you don't after year 3 in the same system, right? And then you got to bounce. So I think Caleb gets this year and next year. I think Trevor Lawrence gets this year and next year. I mean, they're paying these guys $55 million a year, Trevor Lawrence anyway. So I don't think you give up on them. I think both Trevor Lawrence and Caleb Williams start from zero this year. I really do. And I know we're all going to be critical of Caleb Williams or celebrate Caleb Williams. He's very polarizing and whatnot. But I think ultimately, if you're really doing it the right way with football, Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence are at zero. And there's only one way to go, and that's up. And if they can't go up, then you got to get serious about maybe moving on. But I think both of them get 2 more years.
I want to get into a tweet from Alex Gold about the Missouri Gambling Commission, and also want to get into Richard of the Week. He is not one, but Missouri Gambling Commission could be here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are going to get you ready for the spring, but they're going to do it this fall because fall is the most important time when it comes to having your lawn look the best. It's the best time to seed your lawn. And I was talking to my man Jake at Aspen the other day, and I said, hey, we got to get this fall seeding on the books. He goes, you're absolutely right, we do. I said, when do we start? He goes, we really start fall seeding at the end of August. I said, put me down for the first appointment that we can get. We'll fill in some of those bare spots that we have out there. We'll really get this lawn really looking to the next level. They've done an amazing job in the first year, and I can't wait for the fall seeding to see where this lawn is able to go for my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They've done an unbelievable job getting rid of the weeds, making it green, and now we get to take it to the next step. And Aspen's professional seeding fills in those bare spots, strengthens the weak areas, helps reduce the weeds, and sets the stage for a lush green lawn by spring. And it's one of the most important things you can do for your lawn all year long. And that's why Aspen's offering 10% off fall seeding right now. It's for a limited time. Just mention this ad when you call. Visit them today at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Century Roofing remains the best roofing company to call for insurance claims from storm damage, roof repair, and inspections throughout Kansas City. They were just voted as both the best roofing company in Johnson County for the 4th straight year and the best roofing company in all of Kansas City by readers of the Johnson County Post and the KC Star. So trust the pillars of strength and go with locally owned and female-owned Century Roofing at centuryroofingkc.com.
Century Roofing, trust the pillars of strength.
Hey, it's Rex here with RexBuysKC.com, your local KC home buyer. If you own a property in the Kansas City or surrounding area and want to sell it fast and at a fair price, write this number down, 816-330-6000. I'm a private real estate investor, not some hedge fund or large national chain. My family and I live right here in KC. I can pay cash and close on your timeline, even in as little as 3 days. Here at RexBuysKC.com, we are improving Kansas City one house at a time. I buy inherited houses, vacant houses, foreclosure houses, behind in payment houses, my tenant won't pay the rent houses, and properties that need complete rehabs. Do you own a house that's trashed and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at this number, 816-330-6000. That's 816-330-6000, or go to RexBuysKC.com. That's RexBuysKC.com, and I look forward to working with you.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit SaveALifeNow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help this patient.
Hi, my name is John, and I've been on ED and testosterone treatment at Heartland Men's Health for the past 15 months. I could tell, I was starting to go downhill, and my wife kept telling me, well, you need to go to a clinic that'll specialize in that. And that's what eventually led me into the men's clinic here. Treatment, in my opinion, is a miracle. I was able to perform to an elevated position that, quite honestly, I never thought I'd see again. For my fellow men out there, if you're feeling that you're not up to par, I encourage you, contact Heartland Men's Health, and you will see a dramatic difference.
Thank you. It's true. Your initial appointment includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on home and auto insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check your house sitter has the new code first before leaving for vacation.
System lockout.
But that's the code!
Contacting authority.
I'm out of here.
Oh, seriously, the car too?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a home and auto bundle that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why MyLowe's Rewards members get a free Valspar paint or exterior stain sample to test your look to confidently refresh your space. Offer valid in-store only 8/7 to 8/20. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See associate for details. Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365.
This hour's sports report is brought to you by Bet365. Bet365 is officially live in the Sunflower State. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus in partnership with Kansas Star Casino.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
The wreck northbound US 71 right at MLK and Emmanuel Cleaver is now slowing traffic back to 55th Street on the northbound side, and southbound onlookers are slowing that side down. Slow down and use caution. I'm Bill Brooks, 96.5 The Fan Traffic.
You can listen to the Royals and White Sox Friday, August 15th on The Fan, AM 610, with Vern's On Deck show starting at 6. KFMZ FM and AM HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Cody and Gold from 10 to 2 here on 96.5 The Fan with Cody, Alex, and Drew. Alex says the Missouri Gambling Commission will award 2 untethered sports betting licenses today in the state of Missouri. The 3 operators that are in the running are FanDuel, DraftKings, Circa.
Cool.
I would assume, I don't know, because you know what happens when you assume.
Make an ass out of you and me.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah. I would assume that FanDuel and DraftKings will probably, they seem to be the ones that most people use. Now, again, I don't know that to be a fact, but
Yeah, anecdotally, that's what I.
But today
Circa's big in like Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Circa's big in other places.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have it in the state of Kansas, obviously, so we don't know about it. But Circa's a pretty darn big one. I think they have a casino, if I'm not mistaken, out in Las Vegas, right? I mean, they're pretty darn big. So, right. Right?
Alex and Cody know it pretty well.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a big one.
It's a huge one. That's
you
fair.
know? So maybe they want to do something different and bring in a different sports book. I don't know than what's across the street. Again, I'm just speaking, off the top of my head going like, I've seen Circa a lot. So who knows? I don't know how it works either. How you choose or what you're basing it on. Or
exactly.
What the
are the
qualifications and all that kind of stuff. You going to come to the ham breakfast and see what sports book we're going to use?
I don't understand that. So, Mac, let's get into it. I don't understand.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy, homie.
It's never understood people eat ham for
Richard
breakfast.
of the week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me.
Well, Missouri has at the state fair every year. I saw yesterday the governor's ham breakfast.
Ugh. Do you ever eat ham or crave ham for breakfast? Like ham and eggs?
Have you ever craved ham?
Yes.
Have I ever
on Christmas?
Yeah, honey ham specifically.
No, the honey ham.
Honey
is
ham
good.
specifically.
Yeah.
Ham and eggs has been good. Yeah, I've had it. It's been really good. But no, I don't ever order it. It's been made for me, and I've eaten it, and I've
I think it's one of those things that if it's served, you're like, oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
But you're not going into it thinking, you know what, I'm going to get the ham.
Hold the bacon, please. Give me ham.
Yeah. Like when they say, what kind of meat do you want with that? It's usually bacon or sausage.
Yeah,
Nobody ever goes with the ham.
No.
So Missouri had a ham breakfast. So I'm wondering at the governor's ham breakfast at the state fair, is this being discussed, I think we should give it to Circa. I think we should give it to DraftKings. I think we should give it to FanDuel,
Bob, who's your Richard of the Week this week?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen this video yet because it is amazing, and I'm going to encourage everybody listening to go watch this video of this idiot who starts to taunt an elephant in the wild, and then the elephant takes off right after this guy and stomps the hell out of him.
When animals attack, I love it.
Yeah, yes. An angry elephant charged at a tourist and then trampled him as he tried to take a selfie with the elephant. Jeez. The man is running for his life and then falls down. The elephant catches up and starts stomping on him. The guy did not die, okay?
Thankfully.
The guy did not die. But stop messing with animals, people. Like, you really are, Richard. You're on this, like, safari or whatever it is. You see this elephant. You get out of your car. You start taunting him. I mean, the stomping of him. He pulls the guy's pants down with his tusks. So he's laying there bare ass. The elephant steps on him. I mean, don't mess with wild animals.
No. This is like in Wyoming when I was there for a couple years. It was every couple months. It was like the tourist comes and goes up to bison, runs away.
They were doing that this year at Yellowstone.
Every year at Yellowstone. It's every year. It's like, what are you doing,
idiots?
God,
like this is an elephant. It's got tusks. It's also 1,000 pounds, probably more. And then this guy goes down, trips. The elephant just stomps right on him, rips his pants off with his tusk, and he keeps going. Now the guy's, I think, in some serious condition. He's got some injuries and whatnot, but he's not dead. You're asking for it, man.
That's lucky. That's a miracle almost, honestly.
Yeah.
Also, don't F with animals, especially in the wild.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Go ahead, Mac. Who's your Richard of the Week?
Well, I played a second of it. I won't play the audio. It's a Friday.
Play it so everybody else can feel your pain of why this guy's the Richard of the Week.
Yeah, but see, I don't want to feel this pain. I felt it 2 hours ago, and I wanted to puke.
Bob's got a knob. You can turn it down.
That's true. Okay.
I will. Yeah, I'll take my headsets off.
There you go.
Patrick Mahomes
couldn't do it quick enough.
Is not N-O-T a tier 1 quarterback. Oof. He has not played like a tier 1 quarterback. Kerry, not for last year, for the last 2 seasons. For the last 2 seasons, he has regressed. And Exhibit A, and that's why I say all these executives or whatever, they're living in the past. They are, and they think that they can't say anything against Patrick because he's won. I get it. He's won MVPs, and he started his career like a house on fire.
Yeah.
But they're not really looking at the numbers or being honest. And I'll ask you this. Kerry, how can your team be 15-2 last year, get 0 first-place votes for MVP?
Yeah, it's absurd. He's just saying words.
Let me know when Mac's back.
He's back.
Oh, he's back.
He's just saying words. It's word vomit. It makes no sense. No one knows what he's saying. And at the end with the MVP comment, like, what are you talking about? The MVP is an award that sucks, and he should have been up for it. almost 700 yards in 3 games, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks in the playoffs last year, and that's one of his worst playoff performances, and that would beat most any quarterback in their best run.
I will say this to Mr. Rob Parker there. Boy, you stink. But also, Andy Reid hasn't won Coach of the Year, so let's stop.
No, awards? You're bringing up awards?
Let's stop with the MVP talk. Let's stop with all this nonsense.
Yeah, you haven't won Broadcaster of the Year, I bet, Rob, so whatever. Dusty?
Mark Miller's got him beat.
Yeah, that's right, he does.
Sorry. Yeah, so come on down to Wholesale Batteries. By the way, did you know that I won Broadcast of the Year 8 straight years? Competition, no one. Anyways, I digress there. My Richer of the Week goes to a couple that got married in New York. I don't know when they got married, but I would never do this. A New York couple charged their wedding guests $333.
Not going.
Yeah. In an effort to save money. They charged people / couples $333
a head.
I mean, it just says New York couples charge their wedding guests $333 in each effort to save money. Only 60 of the 350 guests came.
Oh, came. I thought you were going to say paid.
No. Only 60 people. Well, that's the only ones that could have gone is if you paid. If you didn't pay the door, you didn't make it the wedding.
So who paid? Mom and dad on both sides. That's 4.
Yeah, exactly. Cousins.
Who are the 50s? No, if cousins, forget about that.
That's true.
But I mean, imagine that. Hey, welcome to our wedding. This beautiful write-up. And then all of a sudden, your Richard response is, it'll be $333 to get through the door.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Get through the door to the Lord. It'll cost you $330 to see these two people get married. $330. What are we doing here?
If you can't afford a wedding, don't do it. It's okay. You don't have to do that, right? That's fine. Nobody will care. But now everybody's going to remember you being a jerk. Like, you've just lost all your friends.
You remember Jake last year trying to get me to pay $330?
Let me ask you guys this.
If mine's only $150 next year, by the way. So.
$150?
Yeah, so you'll save. Yeah, you'll be good. Only $150, yep.
Like, this better not become a trend because I just won't go to any more weddings. I don't
No.
care.
Oh, darn. We don't have to go to weddings?
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
God.
Yeah, which is great, you know.
Here's my best friend, Mary. And I remember in first grade is where we're at.
There we
Okay.
go.
And we can't get up. That'd be rude.
You know, at my daughter's weddings, I'm going to set up a shot clock. 35 seconds of speech.
Yes.
Let's go.
No, pitch clock.
Yeah, pitch clock.
And
20.
if you violate it, you have to go an hour without a drink.
Yeah.
And we'll put a ghost runner on second. Don't you dare think that won't
if
happen.
they're charging $333 a head, do they at least have open bar at this wedding? Or are they cheapskates and charging you for your drinks too?
Somebody says I'm also guessing they requested wedding gifts on top of the entry.
Yeah.
No chance.
No chance.
This
No
is
chance.
it.
Would you? But honestly, would you be friends with those people again if they sent you a wedding invitation and wanted $333?
Yeah, I've got friends that do this stuff for their kids' birthday parties.
Say what?
Yeah, they'll be like, hey, if you could, like, donate $5 to their, like, whatever. And we didn't do
what?
it.
To what?
The party fee?
To, like, their, allowance. Like, hey, it's our kid's birthday. Bring a gift. And also, if you'd like to give a donation to their summer fund.
Oh, no. I'll give you $5. I ain't giving you a gift.
That's my
it's
gift.
one or the other.
That was a legit thing. That really happened in our friends group.
Oh, that's crap.
No, my gift would be $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're not getting a toy.
No.
Because we have, what's funny is we have one of our buddies' his birthday. Shout out to Owen. It's his birthday this weekend, and he's having a pool party. And
Happy
his
birthday,
dad,
Owen.
His dad, happy birthday, Owen. His dad sent out a thing. He goes, hey, he doesn't want gifts. He just wants money because he wants to buy something that we're not going to pay for him. He has to learn. He wants a PS5, I think, basically is what he wants.
Okay, so
and his dad's like, well, we're trying to teach him that if you want these luxury items, you need to save for them because they become more valuable when you have to work or try to get there. So I thought it'd be a funny.
And I'm a dad, and I don't have $600 lying around to go out and buy.
But I can't. For the life of me, I just can't give money as a gift. And maybe that's just something I have a problem with.
That's the best gift.
It might be
the best gift.
But I've also got him into the baseball card game. And he has yet to actually rip open packs. Well, these are like $35 a pack. So I'm going to buy him a couple of those and throw a $10 bill on top of them with some candy.
That's a great gift.
Yeah, that's a really nice gift.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's these new things going around. They're called like ice cream shorts.
Sorry, what?
Young kids love them.
They're shorts that have ice cream?
I don't know. That's just what they're called.
I've not heard of these.
Text line will light us up here in a second.
They've probably aged out of it now, my kids. Ice cream shorts?
They're called ice cream shorts.
Like short movies about ice cream?
Nah, they're just shorts. Yeah, that's good. But no, yeah, they're just
short people eating ice cream.
They look trendy for a young demographic.
Yeah, they're like chubbies with really cool ice cream-like designs, I guess.
Yeah.
Like short.
I never thought I'd hear those words uttered together. Really cool ice cream-like design.
But they look cool. Like I would wear some of these.
And maybe this is me going way too far, but I also thought about ordering a lockbox on Amazon and putting a Surfside in there and says open when you're 21, but I have the key.
How old is he?
He'll be 9.
Yeah, forget it.
No. What is this? You'll know in about 12 years.
Nah.
And you can call me and I'll come over and unlock it.
That'll get lost. It'll blow. Yeah, forget about it. Yeah, the key will get lost too. I was just thinking about the lockbox. Yeah.
Somebody says, "Can I get those? Can I get those for the wife?" Meaning those ice cream shorts. So I guess they're baby Gronk shorts.
Baby Gronk.
What?
No, okay, I don't like them anymore. Thought they looked kind of cool.
Yeah. So like,
what are they called? Ice cream.
Ice cream shorts. I guess they're really popular for the youth.
Yeah, those look terrible.
Well, yeah, you're a 48-year-old man.
Yeah, no, but that's my initial reaction. I'm like, But I can see like Aiden, Jaden, Caden, Braden wearing these.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they're killing it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is a Mason, Grayson, Jason type of line.
No, this is every kid that is a boy.
Well, I just named every boy's name today.
That's
Jackson. I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, if you're 10 to 14, this is butter, dude.
They're $50 a pair.
Yeah,
you better believe it.
Oh, they're Oh, there it is. Baseball trying to screw the families again. Baseball Lifestyle 101, $49.99 for these shorts. So $500 for the bat, $50 for the shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, $1,700 to play on this team, and then travel expenses. Welcome to sports, parents. $50 for these shorts.
Get them on Shein. 15.
Yeah, they're definitely Aiden, Braden, Caden, and Jaden wearing these.
100%.
Yeah.
Because like I'll go
flat brim hat.
Because I go
puka necklace.
I made the mistake of finding out what Von Muir is. Have you heard of the store? They got everything that ever like
it's a department store. Yeah,
it's got like Vuori, Bird Dogs, Roback, all that sort of stuff. Stay out of there.
This is danger for you.
Oh, big time. And it's right down the street. it's bad.
Damn,
dude.
yeah, don't tell me about this. We got paid today.
That's right. It
doesn't mean you have to spend that money.
Yeah,
let me give you the lesson that I give my daughter.
Damn it.
Just because you got paid doesn't mean you have to spend that money.
Don't get paid, get laid. Coming up on the other side, it's a 1-year anniversary for this show / this station. Plus, we dive into what the Royals weekend is and what DeAndre Hopkins had to say about the Raiders. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Jay's Southland Tow are going to be there when you need them the most, right? But you don't know when you're going to need the guys over at Jay's Southland Tow Service the most because you don't schedule car trouble. You don't sit there in your planner and say, all right, Tuesday at 3 o'clock, I'm going to break down. Sunday at 4 o'clock, I'm going to lock my keys in my car. But when it happens, you got to know who to call, and it's Jay's Southland Tow. They can help you out of any jam. So I want you to put this number in your phone right now and have it there. That way, when you get into a car accident or you run out of gas or maybe you lock your keys in the car, you know who to call. It's Jay's Southland Tow, 816-779-4TOW, 816-779-4TOW. Put that number in your phone and just forget about it. But when you run into that car trouble, you'll know, hey, I know who to call. It's Jay's Southland Tow. And they'll come out before the insurance company even gets involved, and they'll take care of everything, and you can be on your way. And they can get you anywhere in the metro area, whether it's north, south, east, or west. Jay's Southland Tow Service is just a phone call away. 816-779-4TOW or at southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments and Tammy from the Westin. It's Jay's Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit trimfireradio.com.
Has your home been on the market without success? An expired listing can feel frustrating, but it doesn't have to be the end of your journey. The Sharp Homes team specializes in turning things around. The Sharp Homes team can also give you options. Do you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold? Well, contact them to discuss their instant offer program. If I needed to sell my home, Dawn Sharp, brokered by Epic Realty, would be the only agent I would trust. Google Sharp Homes Team. That's Sharp Homes Team. Google them today.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit where credit is due. Credit for deciding in the middle of rush hour traffic to go back and get their bachelor's and a promotion. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. And credit for serving in the military by day so they can study cybersecurity at night. For over 75 years, we've been helping students receive the credit they deserve. With more than 135 degrees and certificates, students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's. And graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. At UMGC, you'll find everything from online to hybrid courses and lifetime career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Back to school means back with friends. And Academy Sports and Outdoors has everything you need for the new year for less. Shop the latest styles from brands like Nike, Jordan, Wilson, Carhartt, and Birkenstock. Plus, check out our game-changing selection of backpacks. Save even more on the latest deals each week. Stop by your local store or shop academy.com. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 96.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Back at it on The Fan here at 96.5 The Fan. A 1-year anniversary of the announcement of 96.5 The Fan on the FM dial. Happy to be a part of it. A lot of anniversaries for me this week. The 10-year anniversary for me was yesterday. Today's the anniversary. I think our show anniversary is basically, I guess you can call it today.
I guess you can, yeah.
Because we kind of announced it, and then there's like press releases that come out that says The Fan is now what 610 used to be. So we are now a year into this, guys. 913-586-7965. Feel free to call or text and tell us what you've liked in the last year regarding this show.
And what you don't like.
Yeah, if you want, feel free. Let us know. The phone line is yours, 913-586-7965. Same as the text line number, but a year anniversary. So thanks to both of you guys for taking a chance and adding this crazy ass to your show. I would think that ratings would say that we're doing okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're doing all right.
Yeah, that's good.
And, here we are sitting across from each other. We didn't kill each other.
No,
I didn't think that was ever going to be an issue.
No.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a situation that would have been brought to the situation. I actually knew what your name was.
Yeah,
so did
right.
Max.
Yes.
That's good. By the way, just a tip for those of you out there that ever try to do an interview for a job, make sure you know the person's name that you are interviewing with.
Right.
It's really nice to have you, Brandon and Mac. Thank you very much. All right.
Okay. It was done. Yeah. So, no, just to let Dusty know, they made me do like interviews with people and whatnot when Josh decided he was going to leave and
made us do interviews.
Yeah, that's right. I was there. I didn't see you over there. There's a lot of activity going on. So,
yeah, I got friends.
And one of the guys has called me Brian. Now, Brian is my cousin, but
it was amazing.
It was, and you should have seen it. I checked out so fast.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Hey, how's it going, Brian and Mac? Oh, shoot.
It was
what do you know about the Royals? Well, the Chiefs are really good. Get out of here.
Yeah, it was instant. It was done.
It's hard to go into a market that you don't know and do a show like this. It just is. I mean, people want to know that you've been along for the ride and you've been there, right? And you're bringing somebody in. It's not natural. I'll just use the term an experience back. I guess that's what we can say with some of them. Some of them were fine.
Brian Fescoe used to be the sheepdog, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, some people were fine. There was one guy that was really, really good and entertaining and did his homework, but that was it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was me. I didn't have to do any homework. It was like when when that story came out about Nagy giving Mahomes the offensive voice. Here's what Spec's going to ask you.
Right.
Just answer that's a true story.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I've ever told that on the air. This is a true story.
No, we all know. Yeah, they've told that. Yeah.
Yeah. Bob was like, hey, here's what they're going to ask you. Because Bob and I went and got coffee like the day after Kling was like done, and when he announced it, I should say. And he was like, and maybe if I'm telling too much, you can cut my mic off.
I don't care.
But like, he was like, hey, let's go get coffee. We met and got coffee. And Bob goes, I just want to let you know straight up, man to man, like, I don't want anybody else. And I was like, oh, you're going to do this solo? No. I'm going to do it with you. And I was like, okay. And if you're ready to do this, let's do this together. And I looked at Bob and I said, I will promise you from day one until my last day, I will be there every day and I'll give you 100% every single day. And I think I've lived up to that so far.
Yeah.
And from that moment, because I had been, looked past and other opportunities.
Way too many times.
When times had came up for on-air talent, it was like, we're not going to interview. And I was like, oh, but you're doing all right filling in. Keep doing it. And then this situation happened. And then, all of a sudden it's lingering. They're doing their due diligence with the job opening. I'm, texting Bob like, I don't know, man, I'm not liking this. We're 2 weeks into this. I've been doing this show for Kling while he was out. Then you're going to be out. I'm doing it for you. And we're going to keep doing this. And it was like a month-long process. And then all of a sudden I have a second interview with Spec. And, I was prepped by Bob. He's like, he's going to ask you like what you bring to the show, what you would change for the show, what you would, an ad kind of like with the show. And then it was, I think like a week later, you guys set me up pretty good. It was awesome.
Well, and also too, as we're trying to get that figured out, I had no idea that we were doing the flip either.
We didn't either. We sat in the room.
Knew. Yeah.
Were you like me when they did the video and we're like, what is
as soon as we walked into that room, I knew exactly what was going on. I knew exactly what we were doing. So you just get that feeling right away, and it was a great thing for us to switch over to 96.5, and we're very happy to be here. And we thank all you guys, because you guys are the ones who made us successful. We're just here talking nonsense. You are the guys and gals that are along for the party and along for the ride and here with us every single day. So it's really more about you guys embracing this new station for the last year, like more than embracing. Like the amount of fun and success and stories and things that we have from the first year are beyond my wildest dreams, as I think Taylor Swift once said, right?
Yeah.
It's just been one hell of a ride. The Chiefs and the Royals being good all at the same time, all on this station. Like, there's no reason to be anywhere else in Kansas City, not just on radio, but anywhere else in Kansas City for sports. We have it all. We've got the Chiefs tonight. We got the Royals tonight. We got the Royals all weekend long. We got the Chiefs all season long. The only place you can hear the Chiefs and Royals is right here on 96.5 The Fan. And you guys have given us the opportunity to entertain you and have stuck by us in a big way. And we really thank you for that. And so that's what it comes down for me. And, being in this business for as long as I have, this last year has been one hell of a ride, man. Really, the last, 14, 15, 16 months or so have been one hell of a ride. But I knew I wanted Dusty all along. There was nobody else that I would have really wanted to work with, or quite frankly, I don't know, Dusty, if I would have done it with anybody else. Because
you hung it up.
I would have worked out my, last couple of years and called it a day probably, because
Mac would have been like, yes, they're both gone.
They're both gone. Mac in the morning. Because like I've done that before where you do a show with somebody, you don't really care for each other. And it like, Like Mike and the Mad Dog didn't like each other, didn't speak to each other in New York City and did brilliant radio. They didn't talk to each other off the air. I couldn't imagine being in that situation, and I was kind of in that situation at one point, and it stunk, and I didn't want to do that. I wasn't going to do that to myself again. I'm not going to be in a situation with somebody that I didn't want to be with, and I didn't want to be in a situation with somebody who wasn't here and didn't know what has gone on, where, you say assume, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, that doesn't work if you're not part of the sports scene for the last 15, 20 years or whatever it's been, in Kansas City, and living and dying all of these moments. I think this is such a provincial medium now that we're all fans at the end of the day. I was telling Mac this yesterday, and I'm going to be honest here for a minute. I had a call with Mac yesterday. He was talking about getting his credential for the Chiefs. He's really excited about covering the Chiefs. And I said, I've become better at my job since I stopped covering the Chiefs on a day-to-day basis, because as a fan, we don't want to know how the sausage is made. You get the opportunity sometimes to see how the sausage is made, and you're like, man, I didn't want to learn that. So having the opportunity to be in Arrowhead from a fan perspective every day now at just about every game is so much more valuable for me and doing this job than it is sitting up on the 10th floor and not being able to cheer and yell and scream. And I think it's been great for me to have that, that opportunity now to be just about at every Chiefs game with our tickets and whatnot, and have that kind of fun and be with the fans. I love that so much and whatnot. But that's part of it. Like, you got to experience that kind of stuff. You have to know 13 seconds. When we say the wild card game in Kansas City, is somebody from Sacramento going to know what the wild card game is? No. But you say the wild card game, like, oh, Salvi. Like, immediately you have those feelings. And that's important to this medium. So I don't want to say I put my foot down or anything, because I didn't, but I said, this is the guy we're going with. Appreciate that.
People on the text line chiming in. No static feedback is nice. From the 913, I love hearing Max laugh in the FM. Thanks, 96.5 The Fan. Love the show. Congrats on 1 year. Own a mowing business and listen every day while working. Fescoe and Dusty took right off. Match made in heaven.
It really did. I mean, this is not an easy show to do, in the easy medium to do, I don't think anyway, if you don't respect and like the person that's sitting across from you, And so many people do it, and they got to fake it, and I couldn't find myself doing that.
Somebody says, I love everything at the station. After 2, though, is starting to get a little washed.
Right.
Well played, as we do.
Very nicely done.
I
do like this one, and I need to get your take on it from the 316. In honor of the anniversary, he's going to do a celebratory porking tonight. Great. I hope your wife enjoys it. Smoked peanut butter and blackberry baby back ribs.
Yes, sir.
You in on that? Have you done that before?
No, but I would.
I would too. I'd never heard of that before. Now, I did hear about the peanut butter and pork sandwich out at Kauffman Stadium that I liked. So I can't imagine peanut butter and pork being bad. It's a good combination.
Yeah, it's like a smoky, it's almost like a Thai barbecue.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Somebody says, Dusty, I just want to let you know, buddy. Okay. When Kling said that he was done on the radio for 610, I didn't want to listen to anybody else with Bob but you. Well, I'm glad that we have lived up to the expectations, because it was tough for a couple days. Like, who's this guy? I'm like, really? Been here for like 10 years.
Yeah, the nighttime versus the morning, completely different audience. And
this guy sounds a lot like the guy at night. Somebody says, it used to be in the mornings I would just put my music on. Now I listen to you guys every day. Love the chemistry. Okay, appreciate that. There's no better show of 3 people to run it. Love you guys. Keep up the great work. We appreciate all of you that listen. We appreciate all of you that watch. We appreciate all of you that have liked this show. We would not be able to have this show without each and every single individual. Mac at the Super Bowl was insane. Mac on Travis Kelce Day was insane. Mac's topics, Mac's like kind of young, inspiring look at the world, where it's like, oh, we're going to talk about the basketball world. Okay, well, here's this guy who loves the NBA. Then you have Bob, who's kind of like done this for a while and done it and been around the city. And whether you have opinions or not, he's going to say exactly what 90% of your circle of friends are going to talk about. And then there's me. And, I've always said, kiss my ass. No words ever been said more true. And, I think that's what we try to do. We just try to be relatable for this city. We try to be relatable for our demographic. That is from 25 to 55. That's what we've been told. You can check out the Instagram video that was posted today. And so far, the city has reached out and the city has shown.
The city has embraced us.
They're very happy with it. So without you all, we are not here.
Mm-hmm.
So we appreciate that first and foremost. We also appreciate DeAndre Hopkins now that he knows the Chiefs and the Raiders hate each other.
Real quick, from the 913, the J Southland Tow Service text line, my favorite part was Dave Tube.
Oh, my gosh.
Is he related to you?
That's great. Oh, yeah, of course.
BBL Stinky.
That's awesome.
So we keep going through what has been released. And by the way, if you don't know, now you know. You can watch all the episodes. They're on Disney Plus. Because somebody asked earlier.
Are they all up now today?
They are.
Okay.
They were up all last night.
They were. They did a dump last
So
night.
like ESPN Plus, when they showed it, it had the first 2 episodes, and the next available episodes, I believe it said it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
So then I went to Disney Plus, and it was like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it has like the times. They're all around 52 minutes, 48 minutes. So you can watch all of the episodes if you want and just burn through them.
I think Jen and I are going to finish it off tonight, and what we got the last 3 to do.
Yeah, it's because, I mean, like, what, 9 o'clock you don't watch a preseason game where there's no
Mahomes,
Mahomes, Kelsey Jones, and all that?
Like we may start it earlier and whatnot. Maybe you get caught up in these episodes. They're 55 minutes long, roughly an hour, and whatnot, and they're spectacular. They fly by. Yeah, it's not. That's why I'm saying, like, we start at 7. By 10 o'clock, we're done, and anybody that's played in that preseason game
this
is
is where
out.
I wish I had a 3-hour flight.
Yeah,
because I'd be fine. I'd be there. I'd watch 3 there, and then I have to hold on to all my temptation, and then I'd watch the other 3 on the way back. But we got to see kind of like it's kind of done like every football documentary, but this one's obviously Chiefs focused, where they'll take like different plots and stories throughout the entire roster. And I thought it was cool when they did the Thanksgiving episode. And again, I'm not going to give away all the details, but they do throughout the season. And in this episode, Juju Smith-Schuster is the host of the party.
Mm-hmm.
And he has DeAndre Hopkins and Kareem Hunt come over because DeAndre Hopkins was obviously traded over in like week 8. And Kareem Hunt was signed after like the second week of the season.
Well, that was Cincinnati, week 2.
Week 2.
Yeah.
So like Kareem Hunt comes in, works it out, whatever. And you kind of get this, almost like a round table discussion where it's like, man, DeAndre Hopkins, I didn't know the Raiders were who they were until my first game, which was against the Raiders. And I realized there's hatred here.
Right.
And it's awesome to see that because we always have the question, like, who's the bigger rivalry in the AFC West, the Raiders, the Broncos, or the Chargers? And you have so many, like we talk about relatable because you got a 20-year-old, you got a 40-year-old, you got a 30-year-old all in this room. And you're like, well, who's the rival? And you have always said Raiders, Raiders, Raiders.
Yeah, for me it is.
And I think for me, it's always Broncos, Broncos, Broncos. And Mac would probably say Broncos, but he's like, I could lean towards Chargers because his whole life, it's always been, the Chargers will knock off the Chiefs. And the Chargers were still the dominant team kind of when he was younger, and then it became the Broncos. So he's kind of in that, that threshold. But what would you say is the Chiefs' biggest rival?
Yeah, I would say it's the Broncos.
Yeah.
And you're Raiders.
And it is the Raiders. But like the episode starts and DeAndre Hopkins is like, the biggest rivalry in the NFL is Mahomes versus Allen. And I thought that was very interesting. I'm like, that's really good perspective,
Great take.
Right? And then later on, because that's really what it is. If Josh Allen were to go to Cincinnati or Cleveland or some other place, it would still be Mahomes versus Josh Allen. Cincinnati and Cleveland would screw him up, and so that was a bad example. But you know where I'm going with that. Josh Allen is always going to be the rivalry. Just like Manning and Brady were always the rivalry, whether Manning was in Denver or Manning was in Indianapolis, him and Brady were still that kind of rival, right? And so Mahomes and Allen will always be that number one rival. But we've talked rivalries for years. And, for years it was, all about the Raiders and the Broncos. And then we matured. We grew up, and our rivals became the teams that stand in our way of winning a championship. And that became Buffalo and Cincinnati and, Baltimore and teams like that. And so DeAndre Hopkins then says, hell, I didn't even know the Raiders were a rival of the Chiefs. I mean, and that's perspective right there. That's a 12-year NFL veteran, guys, right? DeAndre Hopkins, 12 years in this league and had no idea that the Raiders and Chiefs were a rival. And that's because the Raiders haven't done, poop from Shinola, and they've done nothing good over the last 25 years when that's basically been DeAndre Hopkins' life. And so my affinity, if you will, for the Raiders side of the rivalry, it goes back to kind of what we started talking about this morning, and that was Lamar Hunt. And being where I am in my career and having the opportunity to get in right when Dick Vermeil kind of took over, and it was on the tail end, obviously, the Marty Schottenheimer years, and there were still a lot of players from the Marty era, and they embraced that Raider rivalry. And I remember being, again, in that elevator with Lamar Hunt and Carl Peterson after Raider games, and if they would beat the Raiders, the excitement, the joy, the celebration that those guys would have. And if they would lose to the Raiders, they were pissed in that elevator.
No one spoke.
Nobody spoke. And it never was like that for really any other game except like a playoff loss or something like that, and, the devastating playoff losses that we all experience. But I'll never remember the Carl Petersons, the Dick Vermeils, the Lamar Hunts, and everybody, the players, and even the recently retired players, because the guys from the 90s were recently retired in that era, they'd be around all that. It was Raider Week, it was Raider Week, it was Raider Week. It was beaten into your head. And then the Raiders basically became, a vagrant for the last 25 years and have done nothing. And so, your generation saw the Broncos as really good, and then that became the rival. So it's all about everybody living up to their own sense of the word. But I think if you do a generational topic about who the Chiefs' rival is, I think guys closer to my age will say the Raiders. Guys closer to Mac's age will probably say the Broncos, and people younger will say Josh Allen is the rival to the Kansas City Chiefs.
You got to beat them in the playoffs to be.
You do. You really do. Yeah. It's just amazing to me how far the Raider-Chief rivalry has fallen off. Because when you watch those old NFL film videos, that's what it was all about. The Raiders and Chiefs punching each other and fighting and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's why, that's why they went and got better as their teams, right? They got Geno Smith. They got Pete Carroll. They're tired of being the laughingstock of the AFC West. They want to be above everybody else when it comes to, the main competitor for the Chiefs. Maybe we'll see some more fight out of those Raiders. Maybe we'll see more red ass from Max Crosby. Maybe we'll see Geno Smith giving us the bird.
I hope so.
I do too. I hope so.
I want some life in that rivalry. I want some energy there.
Yes.
Because I'll never forget it, man. The emotion that these adults in suits would have after beating them. Like Amy Trask, who I love to death, started talking trash on me in the press box when she was the president of the Raiders. Because that's the way it used to be back in those days, right? The Raiders never provided Chiefs people with a suite. I remember Carl Peterson sitting in the press box behind me at O.Co Stadium or wherever the Raiders play, and he's on the headset listening to everything that's going on, rooting, pounding on the desk as much as he possibly could, and then the ceiling's dripping on him. So it's dripping. Carl's sitting in the worst possible seat. So they return the favor. I've got Amy Trask, who's now on CBS, but was the president of the Raiders at the time, sitting in there. And it was so good because it was one of these games, the Raiders took the lead with under 2 minutes to go, and she's cheering and pointing at me and going back and forth. Wow. And then the Chiefs ended up winning the game in walk-off fashion. And oh my God, how angry they were. Never saw that from anybody else in any other team. So that's why, for me, immediately I knew the Raiders are the rival. And then they dissipated for 25 years.
Well, everybody will dissipate this year once the season starts because something tells me there's some pissed off people at One Arrowhead Drive. And that's more than just the people that play the game. I think there's some upper management people that are like, you know what? F them. Burn it down. Go full Seth Rollins. Burn it down, baby. Coming up on the other side, we wrap this show up and get to what we're doing this weekend. We can ask you what you're doing this weekend as we turn 2 here on Fescoe and Dusty, 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
When we're young, we take things for granted, like getting out of bed or even walking downstairs. But as we age, our knees and back and hips may start to prevent us from doing those normal everyday activities. And in the back of our minds, we're thinking, hey, this pain's going to go away. But nothing changes. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with the medical pros at QC Kinetics. There are thousands of patients who will tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. They turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair that damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies. No scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. So bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free no-pressure chat and through evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Grab the phone right now and give them a call. Appointments available on Saturday, 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. This season has been even better at the K because at every game you're always near a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka, the proud partner of your Kansas City Royals. They're absolutely delicious and pair perfectly with a day at the ballpark. You can find fan sip and Surfside everywhere at Kauffman Stadium, cheering on the boys in blue. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part is zero bubbles, which means zero troubles. It's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game. Ask for it at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game as well. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Flooded bathroom? AC on the fritz? When things go wrong, you need reliable service fast. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter and take $50 off any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical repair over $200. The pros at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to fix the problem. Over 40 years experience, more than 8,000 five-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee means you can trust Hamilton to bring comfort and calm back to your home. Visit callhamilton.com for detailed terms and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Jonathan India here, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey friends, it's noisy out there with information coming at us all day, every day. It's hard to know what to trust, and the world of wealth management is no exception. That's why UMB Private Wealth Management helps you tune out the noise and tune into what matters most. They'll create a financial plan based on your unique goals, so it's your voice that comes through loud and clear. Get financial clarity. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule an appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth.
Segment here on Fescoe and Dusty on a Friday. We hope you're all having a great day. It's going to be hot. Find yourself some water, whether you're in it, drinking it, splashing it, squirting it. That's okay. Men's wieners. I did see a beautiful hack on the internet this week. This guy goes into movie theaters. You know those, like you were talking about, the mint spray that you can use like in those little like portable spray bottles?
Banaka. My mother used to have this Listerine stuff that she would spray all the time. They don't make all the good stuff anymore. That and Whiteout.
So it was like the travel size spray bottle.
I think you get high on legally.
And he goes to movie theaters and he gets a large popcorn and he goes over to the butter station and he fills his spray bottle with like the liquid butter. So that way when he goes into the movie, he can just spray it on top as he eats it really layer by layer.
Now, but
it's hilarious.
But a lot of times back in those days, the Banaka containers were like Whippet containers. Like they were metal, right? There was no top to take off of those things. So I'm getting in my mind, like you can buy like a spray bottle at the store for like 99 cents. Just feel oh my God, with the liquid butter. Actually, I'd take that home and be on the potato.
On the video. Yeah, I was like, come on, man.
Like if you could have a vat of that liquid butter at home, wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever?
How'd you like my broccoli, Bob? It's great. What's that over there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shut up, Winnie. You didn't see that. Get away from my pocket. I know it's in there, Dad.
But having that butter vat at home that they have at the movie theater that you could just put, like, wouldn't you love movie theater butter on everything? Baked potato. Like, I'm not a huge butter guy. I don't eat a lot of butter. But if that movie theater butter is second to
so
none.
Good.
And
toast.
I mean, yeah,
the
put
movie
it on
theater butter.
Yeah. I mean, I would just have it for like the mixed vegetables.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, anything.
Spray it all over the Blackstone before you
Yes.
cook. Oh, God, though.
No, you wouldn't use it for the Blackstone because that's too big of a surface. But what you would use it for is like the bottom of your brioche bun where you would like spray the bun and then set it down.
Yeah.
Baby.
But would that be too overpowering, though?
For what?
Just everything. Like movie theater butter on everything.
Oh, I mean, you would not have a solid bowel movement for like probably the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Why is it always liquid? Well, you got your spray bottle. Hey, we need to go see a movie. I'm running low.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's how you refill.
If I started using that, what do you think that calcium score would be in my heart?
Double again for sure.
Double again, 4 now. Like, I don't know, it sounds good in theory, but then you start to think about like everything would taste like movie theater popcorn. And that's good for a while, but who wants to taste the same thing over and over and over again?
The brioche buns, that's the solid plan right there. You missed it yesterday, Dusty. Bob had me, and I'm sure the listeners worried for about 30 seconds because he just started talking about it. He went into the doctor, had to go in, get his heart examined, and he's like, yeah, my calcium score doubled from 1 to 2. I was like, okay, thank you. That's really nice.
On a scale of 100.
Yeah, on a scale of 100.
Yeah.
A couple inches does make a difference.
But yeah, so this weekend you got big plans. You got soccer starting tomorrow.
Yeah, soccer starts tomorrow.
You said
Got the first game
12:30?
12:30. Perfect time of day, right? When it's gonna be 105, right?
Jeez. Do you have one of those like Joel Damon hats that you can put over your head?
I do.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
I have to, but even still, it's still 105 degrees on AstroTurf. So no, yeah, we're back in action. The kid stuff getting ready to start, and then I'm chaperoning a double date to the Royals game on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, because the wife's on a bachelorette party?
She's going to a bachelorette party.
Do you have each other's location?
Yeah, yeah. She's got a bachelorette
What are you doing
party.
at Steamy Dave's?
Yeah.
It's a hot dog joint, I promise.
Yeah, well, she can do what she wants. I trust her. It's my wife, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm not too worried about that. Maybe I should be. I don't know.
Well,
but
if it is, then you get a free pass.
That's right. Yeah. So chaperoning the double date.
What's up, Tammy?
Been advised. I've been advised to seat them in their seats and then wander the stadium for 8 innings and leave them alone.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know that I'm going to do that.
Maybe not 8 innings, but it's I don't know. Go to Rival Sport. It's teachers' night.
Yeah, but I'm also the designated driver. I'm the only adult, so it's not.
So you can't have any.
No, I don't.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I respect that move.
Yeah, I'm driving people's kids around.
No, you can't do that.
I totally respect that move.
No, that's fair.
I know my buddies from Surfside, I think, are renting out Rivals.
Oh, nice.
So they'll be over there. Shout out to Drew Mullins
Cool,
over there.
nice.
So, yeah, teachers' night at the K on Saturday. We should. Well, you guys should not. I should definitely go.
You should go. Yeah.
110 degrees on the weekend, but Saturday night should be fine. There's a concert, I guess, after the game that the kids want to see.
So you have to stay for after. Oh, so you're in. You're
in.
Oh, yeah. He ain't going anywhere for about 4.5 hours. I told you guys Flow Rida played for an hour and a half.
But I don't know this guy, Ty Warren is his name.
Country, right?
Something.
Yeah,
most people don't know who he is, but then trying to get tickets is very difficult because a lot of people know who this guy is, and these kids want to go to see this guy perform. I don't know if he's a 3-song guy, 5-song guy. Like I don't know his
3.
What's that?
You're hoping for 3?
Like I don't know what his discography is. Like I know he's a fairly new country singer, so I don't know that he has a lot out there. And people have sent me the songs. I'm like, whatever, but fine. I mean, it's a big deal, kid. They want to go, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll take you guys.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It'll be fun. Yeah, and the boys, of course, are fighting over who gets to sit in the front seat with me.
No way.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Somebody says single teacher is better than Target on a Tuesday. Go get it, Dustin.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
I know that I'm hard. Target at 2:00 on a weekday. Oh, mama.
Not anymore. School's back in session.
It's true.
Mac, I don't know if you've ever heard this audio. Bob, I don't know if you have either, but there was a time where Binkley and I did a show together, and this was Binkley's voice.
Football, energy drinks, beer, more football. Welcome to Bink at Night.
Hey, welcome back to Bink at Night, as we like to do. We call it Monday Evening Quarterback with Kent Swanson. Kent, sorry about my voice, brother.
You're all right.
Very
Doing just fine, my friend.
Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever?
I forgot that was in the archives.
Powered through that. I got to get this Mahomes taken. I don't care if you can hear me or not.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever? Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever?
What game was that after? Do you have a date? What's the date?
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Let me see here.
What's the date? What year?
I'm trying to find it.
Can you play it one more?
Yeah, just that part.
Just that part?
Yeah, hang on. It was in my folder for when I did After Hours. It was on 11/8/2021.
11/8/2021.
Yeah, that's when it was. Yeah, Bink. He lost his voice, man. It was crazy, dude. I couldn't believe it. Oh, that was the intro.
Sorry.
11.
Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance?
The best is the music.
Wait. What day did you say that?
11/8/21.
So they played on the 7th. They beat the Green Bay Packers 13-7.
Mm-hmm.
Ball. Welcome to Bink at Night.
And Patrick Mahomes was 20 of 37 for 166 yards and 1 touchdown.
Hey, welcome back to Bink at Night, as we like to do. We call it Monday Evening Quarterback with Kent Swanson. Kent, sorry about my voice, brother.
You're all right.
Pretty
Doing
old.
just fine, my friend.
Who let him on the air?
Yesterday, was that his best performance ever?
God.
I mean, Travis Kelce had a touchdown. Is this still going?
I just be being a jerk.
I mean, he had 1 touchdown pass in the first quarter, and they had 2 field goals the rest of the way.
That makes it so much
What did
better.
you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever?
The Chiefs moved to 5-4 on the season, beating Green Bay 13-7. It was the Jordan Love game, for God's sakes.
That was so funny. The performance, the stats make it even better.
Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever?
You sure about the date?
It might have been resaved.
It could have been resaved. That's true.
But even still, the date that's in there is the day after a game where Patrick Mahomes was as average as it's ever been. You think that was his best game ever?
What do you
Well,
think,
Jay was 20 of 37 for 166 yards, threw a touchdown pass on the first drive, didn't do anything after that. I'd have to say, yeah, that's the best game ever.
Oh, man. Oh, God. I needed that, dude. That was so good for me.
I forgot I saved that in my
I'm
archive.
so glad you found that, man. I'm sorry.
Lord have mercy. Well, Specs will keep playing the drops. All right. Go have fun this weekend. Be safe. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. Go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay groovy. Shout out to everybody at the golf tournament yesterday. You did a wonderful job raising $10,000. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2. We'll talk to you Monday.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Whoever that bozo was doing the armpit.